Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nordmark. It's the Rock. We're all on a boat. It's great. I'm me, same as I have ever been, except tired. And the crew here are all the same as they've ever been, but also tired. So we'll start on the left with Ben. Ben, who are you playing?
I'm playing Ben. No, I'm playing Aegis, the dad of everyone. No,
Everyone.
Oh, this feels like a long time since I've played Aegis. Aegis is a
It's been ages.
blacksmith. Yeah, it has been ages for ages. Yeah, he is fighter dad, but is transitioning into clericdom, kinda failing.
Yeah,
attempting.
So.
Yeah. And Blue.
I am Blue. I am playing Captain Nigel, owner of the Morian's Herald, ASMR cleric, just trying to see my crew through whatever bullshit we're currently stuck in.
And you are in some bullshit. Emily.
Oh, I'm Thorek. I am a dwarf with a robot named Steely Dan.
I'm a big fan of Steely Dan. Also Thorek, but particularly of Steely Dan. Like, Steely Dan has come in clutch in a lot of situations. Over to Enfys next.
Well, hello there. I am Enfys Frank. I'm playing Amity Snapdragon. And also Drake, who is the dragon part of my Drake Warden nuts.
Absolutely. And last and certainly least, Bree.
Oh, rude.
Wow.
I only bully you like this because you're in every single one of my games, and I'm pretty sure nothing I say will ever stop that happening.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm Bisected Brioche, frequent squatter on Nick's channel. And I'm playing.
You know,
I'm
it's
playing
definitely been
Tattle.
long enough that squatters write supplies by now, and it's just your channel.
Oh yeah, of course.
I've been on here as well, though. I mean, I don't know how that works if you're both living in the same house.
Yeah, I'm Bisected Brioche, frequent squatter on Nick's channel, and I'm playing Tattle, Druid, Criminal, proud of being both.
Hell yeah. Oh, fantastic. Who would like some inspiration? None
I
of
would if I could remember anything that happened.
It's been a while.
But no.
Very little happened last session. We just had a battle.
That's
Like,
right,
if
Ben.
yeah,
I
you
do
Tell us about
recap.
it.
Well, I have.
No.
We killed the demon lady that I was trying to save.
Yep.
Like, because we started off the session in the middle of that battle, in the middle of the town, and she was trying to kill everyone and steal their eyeballs. And eventually we
As you
killed
do.
her.
Which is rude.
It is rude.
Someone, I think Thorek bought some maps from the map lady eventually, because they're the only person that hadn't offended her. And then we left, basically.
Yep. Nothing else happened.
Definitely nothing.
Absolutely nothing else happened, did it, Ben? No,
Let me try
no,
how short
you didn't-
that's settled.
May I?
You didn't have to give, like, a sermon or anything, did you, Ben?
I mean, sermons were given.
That went pretty badly.
No, it was fine. Look, Aegis has nothing in charisma or wisdom or intelligence. All of the things that would be useful for someone trying to become a cleric.
That is
But
true, but there were
he
some
tried.
other things that happened. Who else would like to fill in some of the other events?
Me.
Okay.
So, after the battle, the guards were, of course, suspicious of the rest of the crew because, we brought the demon lady with us. After some convincing, however, Thorek convinced them, 1, we were helping, 2, we were in the right, and 3, that he's a cleric and was invited to give a sermon. This went, well, the reception was kind of mixed. He maybe, on trying to get everyone sort of on board with the idea of rocks being awesome, and let's be fair, they are.
They are.
Yep. started giving certain audience members the idea that people suffering gallstones were heretics. Luckily, of course, Nigel stepped in and used his experience to prevent a public stoning at least. And speaking of Nigel, he also went to the apothecary and started trying to buy weed.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was offered.
Yeah.
I was offered weed. I did not try to buy it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Tattle was innocently having a nice cup of tea with a commoner she rescued.
Mm-hmm.
And just, not causing any trouble, being as well behaved as ever. Said the commoner in question actually turned out to be a fellow trans femme person. And actually has a wife to avenge, as one does. So has signed up for the crew. And then, of course, somehow Tattle got innocent, pure Tattle got drawn into Nigel's dirty business.
Innocent.
Anyway,
pure
Nigel.
Tattle.
Definitely.
Anyway, she's put down $1.5 and become one of the area's largest weed dealers.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that happened.
Can't believe I forgot all that. Wow. Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah. And one last thing is Thorek has decided that Aegis is the worthy recipient of a weapon that they have carried for some time, looking for someone who deserves the Javelin of Lightning.
I can't wait to use this.
Do not, and I cannot stress this enough, do not throw it into the ocean. It will not come back to you.
Really?
It is
Wait,
not
come back.
returning.
Is it not?
No.
It is
no,
not a weapon
no.
of returning.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
I
That
can
is
see
Glad
you
we got
doing
that
it.
out of the way.
Yeah. I imagine that Thorek did, like, as you were handing it over, Thorek just went, "Do not throw this in the ocean."
Canonically, Aegis has
Far
very
more
little
glass
understanding
medium.
of magic, so
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's everything. One of you may have inspiration, so decide amongst yourselves. Obviously, I think you've all got one stacking inspiration from before. That will stack here, so anyone who's not done an
after action
AAR,
report.
After action.
yeah, an
Yeah.
after action report, you can have the inspiration, or you can give it to Steely Dan.
I do not have it.
Yeah, you can take it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, you have the one. Everyone got one.
Everyone's got the
Now you
one,
have
but
two.
this second one
This
would
extra.
Does Steely Dan have his own separate inspiration?
Yeah, the Steely Dan.
He doesn't get one for the roleplay, but he can receive inspiration as a creature, as a character.
Good job.
Yeah. So you're all off on your boats. It's a brand new day. You have 12 movement tokens. Where would you like to go?
Our boat is also fully repaired.
Directly
It
north.
is.
Yeah.
Directly north into the island. Got it.
Yeah. Straight into the
Into
island.
the island. Crash the boat.
If we go fast
Yes,
enough,
being-
we can jump it.
I mean, it was being repaired on land, wasn't it? We can just have it repaired on the opposite side. That's perfectly
That's how
possible,
this
right?
works. Yeah.
Let's spend a week digging a canal.
A
Spend
week
multiple
to dig a
sessions
canal.
digging a canal
Yeah.
of just rolling to dig.
It's the engineering arc.
Given we're talking about 2 tiles worth of distance, that's upwards of like 16 miles. You are not digging a 16-mile canal in 1 week.
Have you got Steely Dan? It'd do it
Not,
quick.
yeah, not with that attitude.
Hey, we can like
Construct some sort of digging machine.
we could
I mean,
go
you've
hire a
literally got a
druid.
druid on your team.
Yeah, another druid, and then we can
Yeah.
get it done in about a week.
Anyway, you sail east instead. Like you float this idea for a little bit, but it's quickly poo-pooed as a huge waste of time. So you float on to the east, and the air is cold, the water is calm, the waves are sort of quite gently sort of lapping eastwards at the moment. Here, in this area, you find an abundance of fish, and they all seem to be moving south. Specifically, sort of southwest from the sort of I don't want to say canal because it's not really a canal. From the from the sea coast that you're following.
Well, they're not going to be moving north, are they,
some,
Nick? Come on.
Let me reveal some stuff. So if I put
Question, by the
Thorek-
way, can we, if there's so many fish, can Tattle ritual cast speak with animals and try and talk to the fish?
Yes, you can. I've accidentally drawn a single bit. Ignore that single bit. I'll just delete that. There we go.
I will focus on it intensely.
Can't believe there's this one persistent bit of fog that will never disappear on the map
Yeah.
now.
It is just stuck there. It's not letting me delete it. There's nothing I can do about it.
I had the same issue on my version of the world map, but I managed
know
to
what?
fix it eventually. I can't
It's
remember
there, okay? There's this pillar of fog.
You know, just press undo.
It's right there.
and
No, I was trying. It
Whoops.
wasn't. Anyway, you can ritual cast speak with animals and speak to the fish. Is anyone else doing anything?
Does it look like the fish are like swimming away from something or to something or?
They're all swimming in the same direction. They all appear to be coming from the northeast, so they're heading in a southwesterly direction.
If I
fish
fly
can
up
do
a
that.
bit, yeah, fair enough. If I fly up a bit, does it look like there's anything in the direction they're coming from?
Nothing you can see, no. It seems to just be open sea.
No.
If I were to fireball the water where the fish are, how many rations would we get?
This is great. They're quite dense, sort of densely packed, the fish flowing out here. It's unusually so. So I'm going to say you would get a total of 30 days rations.
we
For
did
the
just
whole
buy
ship.
a massive amount of rations before we left that town.
30
Yeah,
days of
I was
rations for one person. So 30 worth of rations for that.
But also, that might affect the fish's disposition to talking to Bree.
A little
Uh,
bit.
It
Talking to
might. Would be
That'll
funny,
certainly
though.
affect
Oh,
the
no.
trout population.
So are you going to do that, Thorek?
No.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. What if I
Thorek
make
will
it
just sit
200
on-
days of rations?
Thorek will just sit on the deck doing the calculations
Yeah,
of
okay.
fireball to
Nick
fish
just-
ratio.
Yeah,
Nick just bribing the other players to inconvenience my character.
as always.
That's about right, yeah.
What about everyone
Nigel
else?
just looked.
Hmm.
Nigel will just look down at the fish swimming by and say, that looks like about 200 days worth of rations.
Amity is not so interested in fish doing normal fish things and is currently in the crow's nest while everybody else does different things, trying to attune to this splinter that she has.
Since I was flying up to look for the fish, I'd probably notice this. So I just like float down to the crow's nest,
Remembering-
kind of leaning back. Well,
Remember
With
that you
my,
cannot see the said splinter. Amity, so
Yeah,
to your
but would it look
perspective,
like you
Amity
just,
is
like,
just focusing
cupping
really
their
hard
hands?
on an empty hand.
yeah, that's what I was about to get to because only you can see it.
Yeah.
So I just float down into view. Amity, what are you doing?
Focusing.
Fair enough. And I float away.
Yeah. And Aegis, what are you up to?
I think he's probably tinkering with the javelin of lightning.
He's
Maybe
going to
just,
throw
like,
it in
testing
the ocean.
it out. He's doing some like exercises, doing the movements, like
Yeah,
not letting go, but
tossing it in the oceon.
He's open palms, slamming it into the ocean, doing all the movements.
doing that
Oh no!
doing the thing where people twirl like a baton with it.
Yeah. Okay, can you make me a dexterity check, please? Sleight of hand.
Oh no! Oh no! I shouldn't have said anything.
They're
You're
definitely
twirling it.
doing this.
Really shouldn't have.
It's alright. I've got 2 inspiration.
Surely.
I should get my dice.
Well, that's a good start. I'll
Perfect.
use one of those inspirations. That's better.
Okay, yeah, you're twirling it, and
It helps.
it's quite professional. It looks really good.
Javelin
yeah.
does have a command word.
What is the command word? Did Thorek tell me that?
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Up to either of you who wants to come up with a command word. I always hand that tradition to the players because that can be quite funny. I used to have a folding boat where the command word for it becoming a full boat was "check, please," because we used to dine and dash a lot in that D&D party.
The command word is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I have it written down somewhere. I'm trying to find it. In my
Yeah,
notes.
that's all right. We can always just say that Aegis uses the command word until you find it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so Bree, Tattle, you finish the ritual to speak with animals. Tattle, what languages do you speak?
Let me just double check. Common, Infernal, and Druidic.
Common, Infernal, and Druidic. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so you cast a spell and you lean over, and what do you say to the fish?
Hey there, fish. Is this a migration or something more interesting?
Okay, make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh dear.
Oh fuck.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay. Druids are good at those.
Yep.
Druids are good at
High
those.
wisdom and you're proficient.
Yep.
Yep.
You should be fine.
Could be.
In before that
Wow,
one.
yeah.
I found it.
That is a 24,
24 is
and I'm
fine.
going to be terrified if that's not.
You don't take any abhorrence.
Oh wow.
You don't hear back words you understand. You hear back a language you may have heard once or twice, but it's rare. And you can't comprehend the language, but you know it as abyssal.
Oh dear.
And there's
Okay.
this sort of alien feeling in your mind that almost unhinges a part of your psyche for a second there, and you fight to sort of bring back to your center to who you are. But you do succeed to do that.
I will fish.
Pastel sort of stands up, notices Thorek considering fireballing them, and says, "It's entirely possible we don't want to eat these fish. And I'm not saying that because I'm against somehow eating fish. Like, I do this all the time. Sometimes I literally just turn into a shark so I can enjoy eating them more. Look, I
Your
don't
best
think
friend
it's
is a
a safe fish
fishing
to
dog.
eat." Exactly.
I'm just trying to pass the time.
Yeah, I just tried speaking to them and they, well, do you remember what happened with, Okay, now Tattle is probably fine with names. I've forgotten the NPC's name already.
Neela Hornquist?
Yeah, Neela. You remember what happened with Neela?
My hammer certainly remembers.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Looks like the fish have been drinking from the same piss jug.
Oh, Tattle.
Do you think this could have anything to do with the fact that I put her body in the sea?
You what?
Could this have anything to do with the fact her body was thrown into the sea?
The fish are swimming towards where that happened, though.
Make me a religion check,
Wow.
please.
Who?
Tattle.
Okay, religion, what have I got? Okay, only +2 because it's in, but that's not too bad. Oh, natural 20 for a 22.
Nice.
The fish are not coming from
Nice.
the direction the body was put in the water. It's probably...
Well, the
with
question
with
was
that
if they were
higher
headed
number, I will
towards-
say it's... Neela isn't the cause, she's a symptom.
Ah,
Yeah,
this whole
I'm pretty
peninsula is
sure-
fucked.
Yeah, This fog, it must be demonic, abyssal in nature.
So actually, when we were saying that shit at the end of the last session to the people in the town, we weren't lying.
No?
It was the town that caused this shit. Or
Well, it
this
wasn't the
area,
town.
at least.
The town's just I think the town's just in the way.
Alright, let's just burn the town to the ground.
No, when the town isn't the problem, the land is the problem. Well, the sea's the area is the problem. The environment. This is what
I
happens
think we
when
can
people
burn
believe
the
people.
Problem.
So it's demonic fog.
You think
mean?
if
Yes, you see, a lot of people tend to forget the devils, demons, and well, everyone forgets the third one, but they're sort of there. They're all separate,
Cheeky Dave
Have
pipes
their
up
own
and
hells
says,
and everything.
Yugolovs?
How do you know that?
I have one of those. I have many of them.
Yeah, I've got some. Thanks for asking.
What? And he walks off cheekily.
Is there any sign?
Never gets old.
I guess that Aegis will shout up to Amity and the crow's nest, like, can you see the fog up there? Can you see where these fish are all coming from?
You can't up there, Amity. Not even with a spyglass. You can't see far enough.
So at least it's not too nearby then.
Can you see this visibility, fam? Like, come on.
No, that's why you're up there.
What if this fog is where we're headed to? I mean, it's been a while, but those dreams, I remember a red light.
It may
Something
well be
there.
the case, but it seems like that's unavoidable. We'll just have to be prepared and at action stations in time for entering it.
That just means that this Queen of Nordmark, whoever she be, has effectively tasked us with solving it, right? So we go there and we solve it.
potentially.
Fine. Well, I guess, dealing with an abyssal invasion, it'll be practice for storming hell later.
I have no plans.
Still think you're bonkers, but you do you.
Tattle's
Hey,
just
now.
casually dropping future plans, storm hell. It'll be fine.
Hey now, Amity. I thought you respected druids.
I do. I really do. But your choice of company, it's mind-boggling to me. Also, I've learned some things about you on this trip, and it's really putting druids into perspective. Not as a whole, but yeah, people are more varied than I thought.
That's good. Don't put anyone on a pedestal.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm busy. Go back to trying to attune to this splinter.
Okay. Do you move on?
Are the fish posing any threat? Are they damaging the boat or anything like that? They're just swimming past.
Swimming past.
Alright.
When it looks like Thorek has a moment, I go up to him and I say, Thorek, you've done such a fine job on this crossbow. I had an idea. I have a fair bit of rope, and I was wondering if you could fashion some sort of grappling bolt for me. Stick a rope in a far off distance, basically.
I could do. I've got something like that for myself already. And he will hold up his mechanical arm. You can see that there's a grappler on it.
Nigel, if you want a grappling hook, I've got one right here.
I'm not the strongest, though. Thing is, if I can get the rope on the bolt and just fire it where I want it, that might save me a bit of effort.
Well, I'm not sure a crossbow has the strength you'd need to fire such a hunk of metal.
Thought I'd ask.
Give me some time to think about it.
It's fine, I can just throw it for you.
And if you're not around when I need it thrown,
Then call me. I'll come.
right?
So the command word is Kalas Barthun, which is
Oh my
stolen thunder.
That's cool. I
All
like
right,
that.
can you write that down for me?
Yeah.
Ben just channeling Aegis at that point.
He's trying to write it on his hand. The hand that he's
Mm.
holding the javelin in.
All right. Subtract your tokens. As you've been sailing, that is 3 tokens. And move on
So
again.
the Morian's Herald has 15, so I think we already had.
Oh, no, I
unless
mean,
we had
subtract
already
your
moved
tokens
this.
for moving again, is what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Fair. Can we move directly into this one, or do we
Yep,
need to
that's
go
fine.
here?
Yeah, that's all good.
Oh, no, not that one.
What kind of ship do we have again?
Wood.
Big one.
I can't
We
remember.
have
It's on
a,
water.
Yeah, we should probably write that on the
Okay,
page.
the name,
ship.
yeah, the name of the type of boat is not listed. I'd have to go looking through the.
I
read all
have
this.
it here. It is a sailing ship, I believe.
That sounds right.
Yes, sailing ship. That is what I have the stat block in as or on D&D Beyond.
Okay. As you start sailing through this narrow strait between these 2 islands, I will reveal a bit more fog. And what you do see ahead of you is a lot of rocks. It is quite a dangerous passing. Amity, obviously, you're the first to see them. They're not impossible to spot. It's not a skill check to spot them. But correctly navigating the ship through is going to be difficult. What would you like to do?
Obviously, I give the captain as much heads up as possible. Like, the moment they're seeing, it's like, this is what I'm seeing. And then it's up to the captain what we do.
Yep.
He's the one
Nigel.
with the experience.
Rocks ahead. Perilous journey.
Bring it on.
Okay. So think of some sort of check you would like to do to navigate through this, Captain. Now, water vehicles proficiency is an obvious option, but you can sort of, if you've got something else you would like to use or some sort of other skill that you think would be a better fit, just let me know.
All right. And I don't think I could try to persuade Petrichor, considering Nigel personally thinks she's a bitch. Let's see. Acrobatics check to
Looking
try.
scandalized.
I don't know what it is, but I have a deep love for systems and settings where sailors fucking hate the god of water or the sea. It's the same in Pillars of Eternity as well. They fucking hate the god
Yeah.
of sea, the sailors in that, and I love it.
Yeah.
I'm
thinking-
you mean.
Yeah.
Calypso from Pirates of the Caribbean.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I've got +4 to dexterity plus water vehicles proficiency. So, that would be what? +6 at the moment? To try and do a water
Yes.
vehicles check?
Yep.
So I want to try and, with Amity's help, have Amity guide me with the proper way to avoid the rocks, like where they're coming from, etc.
I
Yep.
was going to ask if I could give advantage by
Yeah. That sounds good.
If we went half speed, would it be easier?
That would lower your DC, yeah, a little bit.
Alright. So I say pull up the sails halfway. We're going to try and take this slow.
Reef
Okay.
the sails.
All right. So you drop down a half speed and you start navigating the rocks. Please give me then your water vehicles check with advantage because you have help.
Whee!
The DC is lowered from 20 to 15.
Ooh, I got a 16.
Hey, perfect. You sail on through, and you make it to the other side of the rocks. As
Rolled
you
a 7 and a 10 plus 6.
as you come out the other side, who's got a passive perception above 15?
Yeah,
Amity, almost certain.
And I see Amity.
I do not.
Yeah.
I don't even need a check.
Everyone
Mine's
with
17.
a passive perception above 15 will have noticed that while you were sailing through, Talus, the commoner that Tattle rescued, has been watching Nigel all the way through this with a faint smile on their face.
Strange.
Like
Enjoy what?
a sneaky sort of. What kind of smile? Like, what's the body language to go with that?
Give me insight.
All right.
Oh, okay.
You said everyone noticed, so
Yeah,
I'm very interested in
everyone
this.
who noticed can give me insight. So everyone with a passive perception above 15 can give me an insight.
That's a 15.
Okay.
yeah, that's not a good one.
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
That's a 17.
So Nigel, you
Oh, wait,
get
sorry,
the
yeah,
feeling
18.
she wanted you to fail for some reason. Maybe she's trying to undermine you, undermine your position as a captain. Up to you how you feel about that, but you know she's a guest on your ship and she's already trying to undermine your power. Amity and Tattle, you got the feeling from this that she was watching to see just how good Nigel was and was very satisfied by what she saw.
Nice.
Well, I'm gonna keep that in the back of my head and be a
Yeah.
bit suspicious of her now.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Tassle's going to walk up to them and say, always nice to see someone in charge being good at their job, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Takes
yeah,
the
I
pressure
mean,
off.
I've known a lot of sailors, obviously, with, you know, where I come from, but
Yeah.
even the best say that this is not an easy sail.
Yeah. Was your wife a sailor?
Yeah, well, no, not, I mean, you know, deckhand, not really doing any of the in-charge bits. But, you know, she still went through this strait a couple of times, including when they got her.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm settling in all right. Thank you. I hope my work has been satisfactory.
Yeah, well, the captain loves to grumble, and I haven't heard him say anything so far, so I think you're doing pretty good.
Awesome.
What have they done for my records?
So far, have just been doing general work, you know, tying ropes, untying ropes as and when. Kind of just following other people at the moment, seeing what they're doing and doing that. While they get to grips with the ship, basically. Because it's only been one day. But yeah, they go, oh, I better go over there. That rope looks like it needs tightening. But then turns to you, Tattle, as she leaves and goes, still on for tonight, right? Business meeting?
Absolutely.
Business meeting. All right. Oh, the one in the crow's nest, Amity?
Yeah.
Do they live in there?
I think they just like having a clear view of everything.
But like they sleep below, right?
Enfys, does Amity sleep below or
Sometimes.
sometimes?
But like they sleep below tonight, right? Like otherwise the business meeting in the crow's nest is gonna.
That's a good point. Hey, Amity. Tattle says using thaumaturgy to make their voice sound louder.
Everybody.
Hey, Tattle.
Can we use the crow's nest tonight?
Just don't tell her.
Uh,
It's gone bright red.
I mean, it's I mean, you're going to be on watch at some point, right? We usually take turns.
Yep, that.
Yeah,
There
we'll
we
be
go.
on watch. There we go. All right, great. That rope, yeah, and literally she sprints.
Amity is now immediately suspicious of both of them.
Her face has gone beet red.
Huh. Wonder why she found that so embarrassing.
Who can say? Who can say?
Do you say that out loud?
With thaumaturgy.
Not with thaumaturgy, she just says it to herself.
Would it have been loud enough for Amity to hear or not?
Probably
I
not.
mean, your passive perception's like 21 and you're paying
18.
attention, so maybe.
Your passive is good, but you are up in the crow's nest, so you've got the
Yeah.
wind in your ears
Yeah.
and all that. So I think
Oh, okay.
probably
I
not.
don't
If
hear it.
you're
It's fine.
yeah, if you're
That's
just
fine.
talking to yourself, probably
I
not.
will not make that situation worse.
You will have plenty of opportunities to make it worse later, I'm sure. All right. Yeah, mark off some more tokens and move on again. You navigate that great.
Are we
Go,
reckoning
Captain,
we're
Captain.
going northwest or northeast?
I think
Hmm.
we were told northeast.
I mean, I think since we're going basically north, we want to alternate, right?
Well, I got the impression we're headed towards where the problem is, and the problem is clearly to the northeast.
Has anybody got like an actual idea of where we're supposed to be going? Because all we know is kind of north. Like
Not
the
particularly.
ocean is quite large.
Yeah. So basically, the
Did we have a
whatever's
map?
causing the demon fish to migrate this way is
I think
The
we were
only
just
need we've
called
got.
during like a dream or something, weren't we?
yeah.
I feel like we're still quite far from the end goal. So if
Do we have any sort of way of telling if Actually, you know what?
Wait a minute.
how do we know how far we're supposed to be going, and how do we know when we get there?
We don't. I mean, obviously, Tassle's got her business meeting, but would it be possible to Tassel just sort of try and meditate and see if she can commune with Petrichor and find out if they have any idea where we want to go?
Do you have any religious favors?
Nope.
Because you're asking for divine aid at this point, because you do
Yeah.
not have the contact of a plane spell, which is
That's my
otherwise what
fault.
you would be casting. Well, you can try it for sure. It would
Okay.
be unlikely, but you can try it.
Okay. What's my rolling for this?
Okay, so we start off with 1d20 just because you're doing it.
Okay.
I'm just opening up the religious aid thing. There we go. Divine Aid 2.0. Okay. 1d20 for just being you. Plus 1d20 if you're a cleric, you're not. Plus 1d20 if you
Nope.
spend a divine favor, you are not.
Nope.
Is anyone else offering any divine favors?
Don't have any.
I'm holding on to mine for something major.
Yeah, you
That's
might
fair.
need it. That's fair. So, plus 1d20 if
I
you
don't
have
have
acted
any.
in accordance with your faith during this adventure. Please give me an example. If you have. If you think you have.
I rescued the fish from the spire.
And when seeing Nigel resurrect somebody who's been long dead, they're like, "Aw, why doesn't Petrichor let me do that kind of thing to my marijuana plant?"
That second bit, no, but that first bit, yes. Rescuing the fish from on top of the spire was you going out of your way to do something that your god would have approved of. So you can have a second d20. So roll 2 d20, add your wisdom modifier, and we will
Okay,
see if
am
you
I-
get 20 or higher.
Yep. Wisdom modifier is 5, so to be fair, I need to roll a 15.
It's possible.
Hey,
Yeah.
30,
Exactly
20.
what you need.
There you go.
Exactly what you needed. Now roll me a d6.
Come on, get that
Okay.
6.
That's a 1.
Okay.
You get the
Still got
cantrip.
Let me find out what low-level divination spells there are. Because that's what you're getting out of this.
Unless someone wants to
level
wait.
2.
Nope, no one else can spin it at that point. It's your own. Let's see. Detect evil and good? That might be the closest you get. Okay, yeah, with a first level spell equivalent, which is what you get for rolling a 1. Yeah, you get a really minor aid. I'm gonna give you slightly better than that. I'm gonna give you a second level aid.
Ah, thanks, Nick.
Isn't that like 10 health?
In
We
exchange
could
for
just
a
get a vague
complication.
direction. Ooh.
Oh.
Spicy.
Yeah. I will let you ask me one question. And I will respond with weal or woe or weal and woe, depending on whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. In exchange, Petrichor will require something of you later on.
Well, that's basically Tattle's job description anyway, so yep, that sounds fair.
Okay. Ask your question. Or propose a course of action.
Is headed northeast from where the fish are coming from, the direction we want to be headed in for the goal we had in mind.
Wheel.
Okay, that answers that. So Tattle's going to approach the captain and say, okay, Captain. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Yes.
I know you, as I said, you have distaste for Petrichor, but I have attempted to communicate with her. And I believe I believe my assumption that following the path against the demonic fish is where we need to be headed for whatever we're looking for.
Would it have been obvious that you were seeking divine aid for this?
Yeah, you probably like
Yeah.
doing rituals and that sort of thing.
Yeah, she's like burning sage and chanting. Like, to be fair, she probably just does this. Sometimes she just sort of makes stuff up just to irritate people, but I think she also, like, you can tell when she's sort of being sincere about it.
Especially as a cleric. Especially if you've got proficiency in religion.
Which I don't.
Lament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
put
Nigel
it
just
in other
operates on
things.
vibes as a
But,
cleric.
Yeah. Like, yeah, they're not wizards. They don't need to study like God theory. They just, like, they're just like, hey, God, we cool? And the God's like, yeah, we're cool.
It's funny that you mentioned that because we do have a cleric that does that. In
in the Fendover. They're a wizard pretending to be a cleric.
Makes
Who
sense.
would pretend to be a
But,
cleric?
I mean, a religion check.
Tattle,
when
I
you think
assume you
about
got
it, is
that
more like
information.
a degree.
It is weird that religion uses intelligence and not wisdom.
It's
Yeah.
it's essentially religious studies instead. It's like people who've got doctorates in I forget what it's called, Doctor of Theology or something. Yeah, like that. They're not using wisdom for that, but most of the healers and all that, they're using medicine and insight and charisma and all that and persuasion to get what they need done. It is strange, but yeah, it's knowledge about religion instead of practicing it.
Fair enough.
Well, Tattle, I may not approve exactly of Petrichor, but I'm not going to mock someone for who they worship. So, thank you for the information. Well, I suppose we'll follow the fish then.
Indeed. Now, if you excuse me, I've got a business meeting. And Tattle excuses herself.
Okay. You excuse yourself to go for a business meeting, so you get up into the crow's nest and you just sort of sit there. Amity's still there. It's the middle of the day. And you remember that Talos said this evening would be the business meeting. So you're about 6 hours away from that. But you just go chill with Amity, I guess. Sure.
Yeah, so Amity, anything you want to say, or?
You're being very strange today.
Yes, it's almost as if my actions have been being determined by some sort of sleepy higher being.
And now you're talking. Have you been smoking some of that stuff What's the Face brought on board?
Not yet.
No judgments. I'm just saying. Not when we're like working. Please.
Yeah, don't worry. I always work sober. I'm not a captain.
Oh my god.
Excuse me. I'm always over on deck.
Big
Captain,
Nova save me.
Captain, when did you get there?
I can fly, Tattle.
Meanwhile, with a good majority of the sort of management of the ship up in the crow's nest, Cheeky Dave is distracting the rest of the crew by essentially doing a bongo solo on his buttocks. Everyone's cheering, they're stamping, there's hooting, there's hollering, it's great. Morale is at an all-time maximum. I'm very quickly giving Cheeky Dave bard levels at this point.
Yeah. See, all you have to do to maintain order is just let the trans girl smoke weed. This will be a lesson to all of you.
Excellent. Making good time.
Yeah. And what a fantastic drum solo is going on right now. Don't forget to mark off your rations, including food resources for the ship, when we get to the end of the day, by the way. But you still got 6 more tokens, so two more hexes. And you now know which
I've got the
direction.
crew rations on my sheet, so I'll take care of that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It may become relevant.
Oh dear.
It may.
Right.
Are we still marking rations from our own sort of sheet, or do we have enough rations to cover ourselves as well at the moment?
Oh, you just take
I've
it all
got
from the crew one. Yeah.
separately.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, that hex is darker.
It
Does
is
it have
darker.
fog in it?
It seems
dear.
foggy ahead. Yes.
That would be the evil mist they were talking about, wouldn't it?
There's a thin, patchy
normal
fog
fog.
on the horizon. The air is warm. The water is rough. Yeah. Everyone is sort of. Everyone in the crew
the way
is
that-
muttering to themselves. They look a little nervous as they look at the fog. It's huge and thick, and you can see it covering the entire horizon.
I suppose if we were to unveil more tiles, there'd be no way to get to our destination without going through the fog.
It is certainly an assumption you can make, but you can only see this side of the fog, so you don't know.
Hey.
Might be a way around it. You
There's-
never
I
know.
don't know.
Yeah. So can we sort of tell anything about the fog? Like, does it like evil, like an actual sort of supernatural fog, or
It
does
looks
it just
like a
look like normal
cloud.
fog?
It's sort of vaguely bluish, but that could just be the tint of the air. You know, reflecting off
could
the sea
I-
and all that.
Can I ritual cast detect magic to see if it's magical?
You are 8 miles away from it. No, you can't.
That's a good
When
point.
you get closer, I would like to throw something or shoot something at it to see if it's just weird.
You are 8 miles away.
I said if we get close.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you decide to move into that hex, you can do that to sort of experiment with it.
Well, the way the town folk were talking about it, I'm not exactly a fan, so I'd say we avoid it if we can. If it becomes necessary to go into the fog, then we do, but if we can avoid that, then don't. That's my vote.
I'm happy to defer to the captain.
Mm-hmm. Aye, Captain.
Captain.
Okay. The crew are a little relieved by your assertion that they're not going into the fog. Please choose another hex.
First, I'll ask Amity to look out, see if they can see anything potentially spooky or dangerous in either of the hexes that we can currently move into.
Do I see anything suspicious within the radius within which I can see?
No.
No, all seems pretty calm, Captain.
Yeah. I mean, you get a general unsettled feeling about the fog, of course, but who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Am I the only one in the chat who likes fog?
I mean, when you're sailing, it's a bigger problem because you lose visibility.
Is this true?
And from what the townsfolk said, this is some kind of evil mist, so...
How can a mist be evil?
Well, some people say that about me.
How can my boots with tiny wings on them allow me to fly? They're clearly not big enough to support my weight. Exactly. So this mist could also be magic.
Wow. Strictly speaking, the boots it's the boots that allow you to fly. But I think the wings are just decoration. The wizard who made them added. Visual shorthand.
Aesthetics aren't always something to be ignored, I suppose.
Well, it's more than just aesthetics. It's a visual information. Like, you wouldn't if you've got a large brown bag and you put flour in it. You put the word flour on the bag, so you know what's in it, right? And if you make a magic item, you make it look like what it does. I mean, in theory, you could just make a sword look like a metal ruler, and it would still have the same effect because of the magic.
Rulers have not been invented in Aetos.
What do you mean? There's a giant one in the sea.
How they measuring
They have. I just like pissing Brie off particularly by just occasionally saying a certain thing doesn't exist.
Why would someone make a king or a queen out of metal? Metallic people, that's ridiculous.
Steely Dan. I was going to say, yeah. Okay, that was your last set of tokens, right?
That's an automaton. There's a difference.
Yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah, okay. So the sun sets and the winds die a little bit, making progress a little harder, but not so hard as it'll take longer to get through. And the crew all start getting ready to batten down and go to sleep. A little uneasy.
Crew we've got.
I don't know.
Yeah, we went up to full crew. We hired enough people.
Yeah, I went out and recruited literally the maximum number possible.
26.
Yeah. It is in the Legend Keeper page, by the way.
Yeah, I was just checking.
Yeah.
So we're down to 294 crew rations.
I do also have the number of days of rations on the thing. So you can just tick that down 1 per day.
Well, we may lose or gain people, so I'll do individual rations.
I mean, I can also account for that with the maps. But yeah, we'll see how that goes.
D&D Beyond.
I had a question though.
Keeping track of health of the ship.
With the sheer amount of people we have on the ship now, could we each have help with our what?
With your what?
With the watches.
Oh, with your watches. Sorry, I just heard with
Yeah.
what? I think Discord just cut the end off for what I was listening to. Yes, you can. Yeah, you absolutely can.
Yeah.
You know, the crew can handle the watches for you if you want.
No.
Allowing you all to sleep through the night, it would be wonderful.
Amity is absolutely going to take a watch.
Okay, which watch are you going to take, Amity? But yeah, you've got enough crew that you can have advantage on the checks.
The dawn watch, I think the early morning one.
Okay.
And I'll take first watch, I guess.
Okay.
I shall take the second.
Who's taking third?
And Steely Dan doesn't sleep,
Aye.
so
Tattle will go on the third.
I was wondering if you were going to take any of the watches or just leave Talus to standing there waiting. Okay.
Just stand her up.
So, nothing happens first watch. Nothing happens second
Yay.
watch. Something happens third watch.
Okay.
Tattle, you're up in the crow's nest looking out with the spyglass that's been left up there. You take a moment to just sort of look at the moon with it. And
Yeah.
because you've never really had a chance to look at it that closely.
holy shit, the moon's back.
Yeah.
Wait a fucking minute. What?
That's the thing that confuses you. How can you see it here?
Has the matter been resolved, or?
I was deeply hoping that I'd be able to get it past you with none of you realizing the moon was back for a few seconds before eventually dropping her. But wait a second, wasn't the moon gone?
No,
But
I
you're
remember
too
doing
quick.
a lot of prep for that question and
Yeah.
abandoning it because I didn't see any way through. Yeah.
How can you see it now? That's strange.
Is it a
Wow.
new moon?
At least the Ironwoods will be happy.
No, it's a gibbous moon.
Out of interest, Nick, is there anything sort of different about the moon of Aetos?
It's a big white circle. It has craters on it. They're not in the same place as on the Earth moon. It's not some weird fantasy ass moon where it's like snapped in half or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit of
Sort of like,
You know,
white
you've
rock.
made a sci-fi world when the moon is fucked up.
Yeah, you're pondering that question when you hear a very slow and slightly shaky climb up the ropes. And Talus arrives, holding a small leather pouch and a pipe, and she sits down and says, "So, I didn't know which watch you were going to do, so I've been kind of awake for way too long.
Oh, she's gonna have exhaustion.
And
Sorry, I should have said.
that's all right. I might need like a nap while we're up here, but it'll be okay. I still want to do the business meeting. I'm just
Yeah,
a little sleepy.
that's fine. That's fine. I mean, as long as one of us is awake, the watch can still be watched.
Yeah. There was something else I wanted to say. And she hands you the pouch and the pipe while she fiddles with her sort of just her fingers, just like wringing her hands a little bit. She looks very clearly nervous.
Oh, yep.
I'm really grateful for bringing you along, but I'm a little worried that you think that maybe that I'm romantically interested in you, but it's been too soon since I lost my wife, and I really don't want to do anything.
Well, I didn't think that, no.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Only, The guy they called Cheeky Dave was saying that maybe I'd misinterpreted something.
Where?
Oh, he thought that maybe I was telling Cheeky Dave that, you and I were good friends, and he said it sounded like it was something else, and I was like, oh God, I've done it again, where I said the wrong thing, and I should shut up now.
You like me, for real, for real.
And she has gone bright red again.
Pastel just looks sort of politely confused. 17 perception, folk.
Anyway, I guess we'd better keep a lookout. Is that a spyglass?
Oh yeah, I think it's. I don't know. Wait, I don't know if it's night. I don't know if it's the captain's or Amity's, but yeah,
Wow.
it's just up here for
Those are so expensive. How did you afford one of those? Can I see through it?
Yeah. Well, I think it belongs to the ship, but yeah, go ahead.
She grabs it and looks down and goes, whoa, and almost falls backwards out of the crow's nest because she's not like
Oh my
used
god,
to
don't drop the spice.
Yeah.
something being
Like,
so close.
It's like that. It's in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, where he looks through one. He's like, what?
Trying
And
to
draws his
stab.
sword.
Yeah. She goes, whoa. You can see so far away. And then she points it straight at your head. Ah, okay, that doesn't work. And hands it back to you. Ah. Sorry, I was so nervous. I got so much adrenaline going now. I'm kind of all over the place.
Well, at least you got a way to calm down, eh?
You're right. Yes. And she sits down because she's been stood up despite the crow's nest not having much space. She's been sort of stood up and very, very sort of rapidly unloading information on you. She sort of sits down next to you and goes, yes, you're right, the nap. And sort of curls up into a corner and tries to go to sleep. If I get it out of the way quickly, then... And she's gone.
Wow. Well, best just keep watch then. And Tattle lights up and starts just looking around.
Absolutely. Roll me a constitution check, please. A saving throw. Constitution saving throw.
I thought you'd say that.
Yeah, it's going to be an easy DC for you, though, specifically.
Okay.
Smoking some good shit.
Dirty 20.
That is abnormally strong. Like, whoo. But you are fine. But you get the feeling that you're going to make pretty decent profit out of this. Because you know this is the same stuff that you've got a essentially drug empire forming around.
I am set.
So yeah, you
Right.
you sit up there for a few hours with a pouch of weed, a pipe, and a napping crew member, I guess. Just yeah, she just does not wake up for the whole thing. And does anything happen on the final one? No, nothing happens on the final watch either.
I mean, there's probably quite a bit of ash in the crow's nest for some reason.
Yeah, there's a lot of Amity. You get up there and the place is a mess. There's food crumbs. There's ash. There's a lot of like hair for some reason, which seems to match Talus's hair. I don't know what was going on there.
Important question. Does Talus wake up or get woken up to go back below decks?
Yeah, hang on. Tattle, do you just leave her there?
No, Tattle's not a jerk. She's gonna nudge her awake.
Oh, okay. My turn? My turn. She reaches for the pipe. How long was I napping for? Like 20 minutes? It has been 4 hours.
2 hours. Oh, it's been 4 hours.
Oh no, 2 hours, you're right.
Yep.
Oh!
It's been 2 hours throughout the first time, apparently.
I needed more sleep than I thought. Sorry. And she blushes a little bit, brushes a bit of hair out of her eyes and goes, Did you just, like, watch me sleep for 2 hours?
No, I was on watch. I was looking all around.
Great, that's ideal. Do this again sometime and maybe I'll be awake for it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You can keep the pouch. I've got another one stashed somewhere.
Oh, thank you.
And 7 more elsewhere.
Huh. Well, that's between you and the captain, and I'm not telling.
It was 8, but I gave one to Cheeky Dave. He's been giving me
that's fair.
important relationship advice. Well, friendship advice, but he thought it was relationship advice, but...
Yeah, Cheeky Dave's a real one.
Oh, yeah. He's knitting me a flag.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's 3 colors in, like, vertical bars. Says it's going to suit me really well.
Huh, interesting. Never knew Dave, well, I guess, sailors have this thing about colours.
Yeah, I think it's probably something to do with, the flags that you put up on ships. She would know this. I've immediately forgotten what they're called. And I used to know what they were called as well.
The
Standards?
Yes.
Colours?
Probably. Not the
It's
colours.
colours,
Like,
isn't
there's
it?
a triangular one that ships use, but I can't remember what it's called.
Semaphore?
Pennant, that's it. Pennant. Yeah, it's probably like that, I guess, but I didn't recognize it. From the description, I've not seen it yet.
Huh. Well, I'm sure it's something that you can be proud of.
Oh, yeah, I will be. It's great to have friends. Just like you.
Yeah.
And she gives you
Yeah,
2 finger
absolutely.
guns and climbs backwards out of the crow's nest. Gets her foot caught in the rigging and falls.
Oh,
Tangled upside down and goes, "We'll pretend I did that smoother," and gradually untangles and climbs down.
Yep, I was looking the other way while you climbed down expertly.
That's good,
Tattle
because
just nervously nods.
otherwise you might have seen me make a fool of myself. And you hear a couple of muffled, like, "Shut up there," from below decks.
At the bottom of the where she was climbing down, Amity has stood waiting because Amity's
Just
watching
tapping
next.
your foot, arms crossed. Just like,
Just leaning against the gunwale, and as she reaches the
Okay.
bottom, give her a little smirk. I'm like, business was good then, eh?
Okay, can Tattle try and just do a cool sort of like rappel down the ropes?
I
yeah.
want Tattle to do the exact same thing, and it will be like their business thing.
Please give me an acrobatics check. Or possibly you can do water vehicles proficiency if you've got it. That sounds right. But
I do not, so acrobatics it is. I assume this is dexterity acrobatics.
yes, yeah.
Okay. I'll use the owlbear for this. Because I think it's funnier if everyone sees the final number.
Oh, that was almost a nat 1. I saw it.
Yeah, that would have been good. 14.
A 14 is a failure, but it's not a failure by much. So you land fine, but it kind of it hurts a little bit. You're limping a little bit. Just a twisted ankle, nothing major. So it's not quite the heroic landing, but it mostly looks cool, and you're not dead. So could
She
be a
just
lot
tries
worse.
to style it.
Meanwhile, Talus is blushing and going, yes, we got a lot of business done. I should go, and runs away.
Dry gets a big sniff and smell like the drugs and just ends up nuzzling a lot up to Tattle. Just rubbing face against her.
You got a drug straight.
Yeah. Tassel. Yeah. Tassel sort of gives would she know that Drag likes ear scritchies or?
Probably, yeah.
Tassel gives Drag ear scritchies and says, "Okay."
You know, you get in under the bag like scales and get the like clumped together dirt that's underneath it that forms it's kind of the connective tissue, as it were, between
Okay.
It's a very
the outside and the
druidy
inside.
trait.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Amity, is Drag happy to see me, or do you just have a cult dragon?
Dry's happy to see anybody I'll call a friend. Yeah, you know.
Okay. Okay. So we're still friends, eh?
Yeah, I think so. It's just I'm just less starry-eyed, you know.
Yeah. You know, if I've done something to upset you, you can let me know. You know that, right?
I wouldn't say it's that strong of a feeling. Can I be frank with you? Can I just
Yeah, go for it.
disappoint is the word I'd use.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's just I always thought like the reason you put so much time and effort in with the ne'er-do-wells of Airedale was because you were just like one of the more exemplary sort of druids, you know? But it turns out you're kind of a ne'er-do-well.
I'll let you on a... Well, it's not quite a secret. You know why I got along so well with Imp?
Yeah.
I'm from a family of smugglers, and, well, I became a druid because I wanted to be a druid. I never sort of stopped being a smuggler. And you ever tried doing two things at once that, you know, like, I don't really want to let criminals know I'm a druid because it might hurt my rep. I don't want druids to know I'm a criminal because it might hurt my standing. Imp was one of the few people I knew who knew I did both and was fine with it.
You're a complicated person.
I can literally turn into animals. What do you expect something simple?
Yeah, actually, most druids are pretty simple.
Huh. I don't know.
Yeah, respect nature, respect animals, respect the natural cycle. You know, it's what it boils down to for most of them. The Ironwoods take it a bit far. Let's be real, but yeah, you're full of all sorts of facets. Anyway, I should let you go get more sleep.
Yeah. Have a good watch.
Gives
And
you
he
like
just sort of gives a little salute.
Yeah.
Returns it.
You both salute each other at exactly the same time. And Tattle, you head below deck and then presumably hear, what is this mess from up in the up in the crow's nest? But yeah, Amity, your watch.
They really did have a good time.
Your watch goes by just fine. There's nothing. You don't spot much. Yeah, it's calm. It's peaceful. So you're back up to 15. Where would you like to go?
Probably spent most of it just cleaning the crow's nest instead of looking out.
Yeah.
I assume we're back going northeast now.
Yes, you are
Yeah.
back to going northeast for now. Okay, let me reveal some more.
Oh, guess we avoid. Oh,
Perfect timing.
I mean, he's definitely funneling us, isn't he?
It's a maze.
Oh, there's more mist on the horizon, and the crew are again getting spooked. What are you gonna do to keep them on your side?
Okay, so
Good question.
hear me out on this. I heard one of the things pirates did for entertainment was basically put on little mini plays.
Okay. I'm hearing
This
you
is
out.
true.
Also,
Okay,
Amity, inspiration.
Hey, thank you. Does anybody not have? Oh no, wait. I've got the only one I've got is the stackable one, so now I have 2. Hooray!
So, what if we all put on a group production?
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
I do
What
not have proficiency in performance.
I don't think any of us do.
This is what makes it even better to me.
Yeah.
Bree, what production are we putting on?
This
Okay.
was. No, go on.
I didn't have anything specific in mind.
What if we put together some like belly dancer clothing and just have Cheeky Dave dance for everyone?
That's not really a production, that's just Cheeky Dave being Cheeky Dave.
He's doing that anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's
He's
part of
knitting at
the
the
crew's normal
moment,
baseline. Oh, okay. Well, we can't interrupt the knitting.
No, we can't.
Okay, so what if it's a classic druid morality play
A Midsummer Night's
about a...
Dream.
I'm better than the Tempest.
Yeah. This is
about
great.
the about the hubris of trying to resurrect ancient creatures.
Okay.
All right. So we all doing
Aid.
performance rolls then?
Age of Dragons Arc.
Yeah. Give me performance rolls, everyone who's taking part in the play.
All right. Here
I have a
goes.
whole +2.
This is
Oh,
going to be a
it's more
group
than
check,
me.
so I need more
Right.
successes than failures.
Yeah, this will go well.
Oh, Tattle.
Off to a cracking start with 1 failure.
Okay, this is my idea. So I'm
Natural
going
20,
to spend inspiration.
24.
2 failures, 2 successes though, because a nat
this is
20 is
my
2
idea.
successes. So we're even.
This was my idea, so I'm spending inspiration.
Okay. Beautiful.
Okay, that's even
Oh,
worse.
Bree.
Beautiful.
It's all right. At least it wasn't that one.
I was trying to think of trying to convince you to give me another roll, and I got nothing. I can't think of a single goddamn thing, so here we go. I'm gonna re-roll that.
no. Oh my god, we suck at this.
Forward.
I was getting
Back
high
these
with
Really bad.
inspirations.
We're doing
Okay.
a play to keep the crew from going crazy because we're encountering more mist. Give her a performance roll if you think it'll help, or have like Steely Dan do the robot dance.
I do.
Okay. I'm going to spend my last bit of inspiration on this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I back-to-back these inspirations?
Can I do a tool check to make like a rhythm with my hammer and whatnot?
That would probably still be performance. You might be able to use tools to make some sort of pyrotechnics for it, though.
Nah.
That would
That's
help.
Up to an 11.
Don't make pyrotechnics on the boat. It's made of wood.
Do it.
Yeah, it is.
Come on, you know the advice. Treat your character like a stolen car.
Yes, don't burn down the wooden car currently going miles out from any land in the ocean. That's how that
Okay.
saying goes.
Yeah.
I spend the second inspiration to re-roll it a second time.
Yes, you can.
Okay, good. No, it was a failure both
God.
times. Every
We've
single
wasted
time.
Wow,
that's a
there
so
failure.
much inspiration on this roll.
Oh,
Vicious today.
I should have stuck to my rainbow dice.
It's evil. All right, that is That is a failure, I'm afraid. So you all get together and you try to put on a play. Tattle tries to describe the play to the rest of you because it is a druid play. It's a traditional druid morality play. It is more of a lecture than anything, and the crew aren't having it at all. Even Talus isn't laughing. Even Cheeky Dave isn't enjoying it. The mood has soured even more.
Aegis has got a couple of stones and he's drawn faces on them and he's doing like hand puppets, but they're stones.
Yeah.
In
To be clear, though,
yes.
Nigel, voice of an angel.
In hindsight,
Literally.
the opening scene where a ship gets lost in the fog and finds an island full of resurrected dragons probably wasn't the best sort of
It's like
opening.
that kid who sings the snowman every Christmas. Alec Jones or something? Like
Yep.
him, and then 3 other people each trying to do a different song. Nigel's nailed it, but everyone else is having a real rough time of it. So it doesn't come across, even with Nigel's perfect rendition. So
Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of like flying around, and I've cast light on my coat to make it glow while I'm singing and doing like a literal angelic performance.
it looks absolutely fantastic, but unfortunately everyone else is butchering it for you. They're grumbling. They look upset. You might have some difficulty convincing them to do things for you. Where would you move next?
Damn you, Albert.
I mean, it was my idea.
Yeah, I'm concerned that if we try and thread the needle through the fog, we're going to end up getting stuck at a dead end where we have to go into the fog. So maybe we keep on trying to go around.
I
have an
really
idea.
like that there's a pathway.
No, but I'm worried that the
Look,
pathway will end up as a dead end. Literally.
That's a good question.
And either way, I figure we're going to end up
Let's
being
go to the
forced
right.
into it at some point.
Yeah, no. Like, eventually I'd wager we are going to be forced into the fog. I'm voting go to the right.
All right. You're the captain, so
Yeah.
Okay.
it is 3 tokens by hex, isn't it?
Yes. This means that when it inevitably goes wrong, we can just blame the captain.
Absolutely. It's always the captain's fault.
Yeah.
Get
that's
ready
his
for that
job.
mutiny.
Immediately after blaming Nick, of course.
None of this is
course.
my fault.
I
I
mean-
didn't put this here.
I mean,
Nigel is going
so
to-
we can just vote
Nigel-
the captain out.
Nigel is now going to start a religion about an unknown god. It's a giant cosmic owlbear that just ruins everyone's day when it feels like it. It likes to do rodeos.
It's all right. You can just grin and bear it.
Hey.
Well, I'll be.
This is all terrible.
Hey.
If any of you have inspiration, you now don't. I'm kidding.
It's all right. Everybody spent it on the crap performance.
True.
I didn't.
Yeah, I've still got 1, to be fair.
As you're sailing along, you hear a beautiful song. And it's
Nigel,
not
shut up.
Nigel. This time it's not Nigel. It's a
I can see a feeling
beautiful
of deja
song.
vu.
It's so wonderful. You feel this deep urge to hear more of it. Finally,
no.
the crew's mood starts to lift, and everyone's got a bit of a smile on their face as you naturally turn the wheel towards the
Would
source
I-
of the sound.
No, this is a siren.
I think you'd have a fair chance of knowing that this is either a siren or a harpy. You can make a wisdom saving throw to resist the effects
Oh
of the
boy.
song.
Yeah, because I'm thinking the source of the sound is in the fog. Yeah, that's let's see, that is a natural 17 for a total of what is my wisdom save bonus? Oh yeah, +6. 23.
You are
Clerics, yo.
fine. The siren sound, by the way, is coming from the direct east of you, actually. But yeah, you are able to get a clear and level head. The rest of the crew, however, are all listening to it and going,
James.
we should go that way. You know? We should go east. Sounds beautiful over there. Let's avoid this fog. Let's go east. Cheeky Dave's like, hey,
And
I
I'd
think we
say
should
to-
go east.
And I say out to everyone, don't listen to the calls of the siren. They mean to lure us to our death. And I don't think I have any spells that would help with this.
You can give me a persuasion check if you'd like.
Yeah. I could use thaumaturgy to make. Would that give me advantage?
It
You
might give you
drown out
advantage
the
on an
song.
intimidation. To drown out the song a little bit. If you're singing as well, you're gonna have to sing along. But
Do a
I mean, as
song move and sing the exact opposite of that song.
which is something bards
Yeah, that's an
explicitly
inspiration
can do at
reroll.
5th level.
yeah,
Tattle
counter they
assist
can do that
by-
now.
Can Tattle assist by?
Could Tattle assist by?
Could Tattle assist by using stealth to try and help the captain just subtly steer away?
Or did Tattle make the
Oh.
wisdom save?
Well, first of all, give me a wisdom save.
Oh yeah.
Because you
Oh,
might
yeah.
be loving it too. Anyone who
That's
wants
fair.
to act now has to give me a wisdom save first. But
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, you're also fine. So yeah, give me a stealth check. Amity, can you give me a wisdom save, please?
I can indeed.
Since you're going to be the passive perception that Tattle's going to have to beat.
Crap.
What for?
21 on the stealth check.
Okay.
Oh, that beats me.
Yeah,
I rolled
okay.
an 11 and my... What did you want? My wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom save.
So 15 total.
15 total. That is actually enough. That's fine. So you don't actually spot Tattle moving there, but if you did, you wouldn't worry. You can also act if you would like. Okay,
Wait.
yeah, Tattle, you're able to get to the wheel and just subtly steer it away. You are going to be choosing the next hex.
Oh no.
And
Okay.
yeah,
Yes, we're
Nigel,
going here.
can you please give me a performance check?
Oh
With
boy.
advantage,
I'm
because
a
you have
fiend.
thaumaturgy.
Okay. Oh, that's it. Let's see. What is my performance bonus again? +4. Afraid that's only a 23. Out
You're
of the
fine.
19.
You are fine. You do a stonk classic, and you essentially sing the opposite of the song that you are hearing, and drown it out. Well, actually, what sort of thing do you think you'd sing? Would it be a sea shanty?
I'm just singing the Petrichor sea shanty.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, you're just singing the Petrichor sea shanty loudly. Tattle, you feel a great sense of religious inspiration, I guess. Yeah, and the crew suddenly come back to their senses, and Cheeky Dave's like, that wasn't very cheeky at all. But yeah, the ship sails on. Yeah, Bree, you're choosing the next hex because you sneakily pointed the ship in a different direction.
Okay, so
Sneaky,
we're headed east and yeah, only joking.
Straight to those sirens.
Never trust a
Yes.
druid.
Baldur's Gate all over
Tassel's
again.
like, Tassel's like, oh, okay, bird people, they sound great. Let's speak to them.
Tattle's entirely immune to the song, but there are naked women to the east, so nonetheless.
Business wasn't good enough after all.
Yeah, where are you going?
This hex, I think.
Okay.
Oh, well. Oh,
So 6 down to 3,
Ooh.
right?
No, I moved it down already.
Oh, you've already done it. Okay, I'll put it back up. Here we go.
There's now a thick wall of mist to your larboard. And
that sounds tasty.
it does, doesn't it?
Don't eat the mist.
Sounds like lardy cake. The mist is dense and it's like a huge curtain like a vertical curtain of cloud that hangs there ominously. And the crew are still unsettled, but happy that you're not sailing directly into it.
Could I get an idea of what the crew are murmuring about? Like if they have heard any rumors about the mist?
Sure, yeah. This is probably perception, yeah. Give me perception.
All right. I've got a very good perception. Not as good as Tattle's probably, but yeah, that's a 17.
Okay, the crew have heard rumors that the mist is where all monsters come from. Things that go
So
into the
basically
mist
nothing
never
we
come
didn't
back.
learn. Yeah. So basically everything we already learned from the town.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where we got most of the crew from.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Can we see anything
Alright.
like near the mist, coming from the mist, in the mist?
Roll me a perception check.
Amity, can you see anything in the mist?
Amity, roll
Would
me
you
a
like a perception check from me?
Yes.
At advantage because I have
Yeah.
the spyglass.
Yeah, with the spyglass, yeah.
Well, that's a really good thing. I've got the advantage because a natural 2 is not going to cut it.
No.
Okay, this dice is going in the bin.
Oh no.
Bye.
You know that natural 2 I had? It beat
Natural
the
1?
natural 1 that followed it up. So my total was actually a 10.
Amity, you need to turn it around. You're using it the wrong way round.
You can see a
Have you
smudge
tried looking into mist?
on the horizon, merging
In
from
the
the
mist direction?
Yeah.
Oh.
Up in the air,
Oh, dear.
growing larger and larger and approaching. But you're you're looking and you're trying to work out what it is, and there's a smudge on the lens because some idiot who'd been using it the night before had put their thumb directly on the lens. So it's hard to see. Talus, not Tattle, to be clear. It's hard to see exactly what it is until it's too late, when you can basically see them with your own eyes. There's a lot of birds coming thick and fast, seagulls and a few albatrosses. They are flying high but slowly dipping and heading towards the boat.
Okay. I was going to ask if their behavior is unusual in a way that would indicate that there was something wrong with them, a la the fish. But that's enough for me. I shout out to the captain. I recommend we get the crew below decks and get ready for maybe a fight.
All right. What's the threat? Did you say
Birds.
it? I don't know if you said. A lot of birds. Okay. If you're saying birds are a
Big
threat, they're either
birds,
some real nasty
lots
or a
of
lot of them.
birds,
Okay.
lot of birds. So many birds.
If you're not confident in your ability to fight, get below deck, I'll say to everyone.
Yep, everyone runs below deck. Cheeky Dave stays up.
Okay, well,
Oh, Cheeky Dave's gonna die.
we just need to follow Hitchcock protocols.
And the birds.
Hey, is it about time for a break?
Yes, we will just finish this bit, and then we'll be going for a break.
Okay.
This bit is not a combat. It won't take that long. The birds dive and strike the ship with their heads. Both on the top deck, and you can see these bird corpses, and many on the side. And as they land and smash their heads at maximum speed into the boat, you hear this screeching. It sort of sounds a bit like a seagull, but wrong, twisted. And I'm going to roll to see what happens. Oh, okay. So one of you. Okay. Aegis, you're keeping track of some of the ship stuff. Can you please mark down that 10 crew members have been afflicted?
Oh. Right.
Uh-oh.
And can I please get a wisdom saving throw from Amity.
I do love me some balance. Where's my wisdom? Say +4. That's my second natural one.
Oh, fuck.
Oh dear.
I need a new D20 is what I need.
You need a new D20. That's incorrect. That can't be allowed. Do you have any inspiration?
No, because I used them on
yeah.
the
You
on the play.
are afflicted.
Okay.
You have 1 level of afflicted. It effectively operates as the new exhaustion. But
Okay.
so what you effectively get is a stacking -2.
-1 on
minus
-2
2 to all D20
Oh.
tests, so checks, attacks, and saves, and your speed is reduced by 10 feet for each point you have. If you get 6 points of it, you die, or something else happens. But affliction works slightly differently to exhaustion, and you'll
Okay.
find that out later on.
Huh. Just gotta go in one of my notes, but probably
So
somewhere easy
10 of
to
the
find.
crew have that as well.
10 of the crew have that as well.
Can they get rid of it just by sleeping, or?
No. And nor can Amity.
Uh-oh.
That hit
Yeah.
the crew through the ship.
Yes, it was their screeching
Yeah, how'd they-
that did it.
Ah.
Hmm.
Which is what Tattle previously had done a save to avoid.
Ah,
Yeah.
Screeching
Alright.
fish.
Let's go to a
don't
break.
talk to animals.
All right, welcome
Consciousness
back,
is
everyone.
Stored in the bread.
It's Nordmark. Where you going?
I'm going to space and then
I
Disney
think-
World.
Yeah, I think we're just
Away
following the
from the
fog at the
fog.
moment, right?
As
Yeah,
far as
I
I
guess
know.
so. Yes, northeast again.
All right, move yourselves through.
I'm thinking.
Mhm.
All right. I was thinking, like, there's a big wall of fog to our left. We want to get away from that because birds just came out of it. And that happened.
We're gonna have to go in it, folks. I'm sorry.
At some point.
Okay.
I do
Cheeky
not
Dave
feel
sees a cloud
comfortable.
that looks like a duck.
Oh no, the cloud's back.
Oh, Hank was telling me
Oh,
about a
fuck, that
cloud that
cloud
looked like a duck.
Mm. Or if you squint and look sideways, like
We've
a
been
bunny
away-
rabbit.
It's the
It's a fucking
same
cloud again.
Wait, is it actually a giant duck/rabbit that is coming towards us through the fog?
Fun fact, all clouds that look like ducks, if you squint and look sideways, they look like bunny rabbits, okay? It's just the shape of a bunny's head and a duck's whole situation. It's how it works.
Whole situation.
The whole situation.
I also
with
do.
the beak becomes
I'm pretty
the
I've-
rabbit ears.
I've got to tell you, Nick, that was the worst point to pause. Any cloud that looks like a rabbit looks like a duck.
I'm pretty sure I also did this gag in defective merchandise.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
true.
Can Tattle use her druidic expertise to definitively say whether it is more a duck or more a rabbit?
Oh god.
Sure, roll me nature.
Okay. Eight.
Probably a duck.
Oh, it's definitely a duck.
Cheeky Dave goes, no, it's a rabbit, look.
Please don't start a fight with Cheeky Dave.
I give guidance to Cheeky Dave in his attempt to figure out what it is.
All right, Cheeky Dave, let's have a look. No, nat one.
Plus guidance.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
that.
plus guidance.
It ain't happening. All right, fine. I'll roll guidance. 2 on the guidance. It ain't happening.
Goobers.
No, I'm sure that's
Hey,
a rabbit.
the dice could.
Huh.
Nick, how would you roll it if somebody rolled like a d20 and the dice cracked while it was rolling and all the numbers landed face up?
Reroll.
You need to get better dice,
Yeah,
is how I'd roll it. I'm saying,
Yeah.
get better dice and roll them.
That's clearly just a cocked dice, isn't it?
Stop making dice out of sand and can't believe I just casually tossed that d20 again and got another nat one. I'm getting worried.
Don't use them up, Nick.
Yeah, where are you going next? 3 more tokens.
East, I guess, right?
Well,
Anyone with
it's
no
looking
fog?
like I'm thinking we're probably gonna have to go through the fucking fog at some point.
We will at some point, but like, I
Yeah.
don't know. If we go into it early, we may be in it for a long time.
Yeah.
On record, when the party wonders why this quest took so long.
Yeah. We knew that the thing was northeast of us to begin with. I'm starting to think it's either going to be north of us at this point or drifting west relative to us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if we're going in
Yeah.
the fog, let's put it to a vote. Are we going in the fog?
I vote fog.
Fog.
I don't want to go in the fog.
Thorek?
Ben votes no.
I don't particularly want to go in the fog either.
That's too
Oh,
no.
boy, I'm the tiebreaker.
Sorry.
I'm flipping a coin. I'm leaving this up to fate.
Before we make this
What?
decision, we should look into what we can do about this afflicted situation.
Yeah, would we know anything
someone
about-
needs to look into
like-
if they can do anything about it.
Well, what
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of assessment would you like to do? Are you looking from a medical context, from a religious context, from a magical context? You know, you tell me what you're looking for.
I'm gonna look.
Can-
I'm gonna give Amity a medical look over.
Okay.
Can
I've
I
got
assist
plus
with
6
this?
medicine, so
Yeah, you can assist, so roll with advantage.
Why is medicine not an intelligence thing?
It's a great question. I couldn't tell you.
I'm guidancing myself because fuck it. I forgot I had guidance. Oh boy, did I need that. What is my guidance again?
With
Fuck
advantage?
people.
Yeah, with advantage.
Rough. I say as the person who rolled a 2 and a 1 earlier.
Sorry, what was the total?
Hold on, I'm still adding up. 9
right, good.
plus 2 plus 6. So 17?
17's good. There is something medically wrong with Amity. I almost said with Enfys. With Amity.
There are medical
I mean-
things wrong with me, to be fair.
And we also had the previous conversation.
You're seeing
Oh, Aubrey.
horns protruding from their head, but not the two that. Wait.
I was going to
Amity
say,
have horns?
tiefling.
Yeah.
Tiefling?
I was like, yeah, Amity has horns. But there's more horns.
You have horns protruding from your horns.
They're protruding from like the center of the head, from the crown.
All right.
6 of
Huh,
them.
double
I'm gonna
horns.
do a little test here and cast protection from evil and good on Amity.
Okay. I'm gonna double check the exact wording of that spell because that's a really good idea.
Yeah, fiends. I can protect against the effects of fiends.
Okay.
Oh, this has happened before.
I
It
would
was all
like
the way
to-
back in like either the first or the second quest, but actually no.
Huh?
Wait, it was the Lord of Rot and Ruin. So was that the third one?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't
Mhm.
it?
I don't think this is the same as the times that Amity turns into a tree.
Yeah, no. Before on the way there was the
Hold on.
of 2 farmhands who got nearly infected and turned into Varghasts. Or what?
Emily wanted to do something.
I was gonna ritual cast identify as well.
Yeah, that could be something.
Mm.
Okay. Yep. So we'll go with the identify first. And so you learn not a lot. This is not, well, this is magical. You do get that this is a magical effect, but that it's sort of a combined magic of... It's almost like a virus, but a magical virus.
Oh, so it's spreading.
No, not necessarily spreading, but there's something inside Enfys causing this, as well as there being this sort of aura happening. So it's a combined thing that is both magical and biological. So yeah, you cast protection against evil
Cease
and
being
good.
close. Or just cease being nearby.
Yeah, fair. You cast protection against evil and good. Amity, for the next 10 minutes, you feel fine. When those 10 minutes end, you start to feel worse again.
Yo, Cap, can you just keep that up a bit longer? That felt pretty good.
I'm afraid not. The magic only lasts for a bit.
No, for it. Guess I'll just be
something.
tired all the time, I guess.
You do get the feeling that casting that might give someone advantage on the save against gaining a point of afflicted, or against it getting worse. And I'd let you cast it before it happened, unless it was an event that caused it, like those birds, because you didn't have much warning. Actually, in that case, you had enough time to do it. You just didn't know you had to do it. But in future ones where you've got that much warning, you can cast that to, grant advantage on the saving throw, for example.
Is it one of these things that naturally you have to, that will increase over time?
You don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good. That's not good.
It seemed to happen to Neela.
Well, she went nuts and turned into a demon.
Yeah, although she wasn't growing horns, or second horns. Well,
Was she growing
first
horns?
horns for her.
She was not growing horns.
Wow.
She got these long, deadly needle-like claws that she was using to pluck people's eyes out. And she had scaly skin. But that kind of happened pretty quick. It wasn't a...
The Abyssal Plane really has it out for Amity.
Yeah. The condition... she was getting afflicted for sure, but her physical changes came on quick.
This makes sort of Tattle think and try to rack her brains to think if there was anything that caused Neela to suddenly get worse.
Give me a religion check.
Hey.
Yeah.
Is that intelligence religion?
Yes.
Yeah. 16.
Something the druids teach is that changes to the body, or changes to the soul, changes to the body can happen magically. Changes to the soul are resisted by those with a more powerful spark of life in them.
Doesn't in your world the spark of life get weaker if someone's been resurrected?
A little bit, not a huge amount. It's sort of an equivalent to you have levels in class features. Essentially, the spark in your body grows as you level up, which is what makes you more powerful.
Yeah, so Cheeky Dave is good.
Cheeky Dave's fine.
Cheeky
Cheeky Dave's a 20th level bard at this point.
Okay. Hey, Cheeky Dave, can you cast Wish and get us to this island?
No, Cheeky Dave's probably got one level in bard. Can hand out a bardic inspiration by patting his butt.
Yeah. So basically, just by being a player character, that's why Amity hasn't just gone bulk demon.
Yeah. Effectively, yeah.
Got it.
Wait,
Hold
so
up.
we might
Hold
end
up.
up with 10 crew
Yeah, we've
members
got
turning into demons
10
soon.
infected people.
You do.
With this
Yeah.
information suddenly revealed and presumably
Yeah. Tattle was just going to say this all out loud. We're just like, oh fuck.
oh. we should trot the crew out and start checking them over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can.
about we
Sorry, go for it.
Yeah, I vote we do that.
Oh, okay. Yep. So you get them all out and you start checking them over. You identify it was 10, wasn't it? 10 crew members who are afflicted. It takes a while. They each are presenting in different ways. It's not just horns on the head like with Amity. Some of them have scales on their skin. Some of them have boils and blisters. Some of them don't have any physical manifestations at all, but they're starting to act a little strange. And yeah, you're able to find all 10. What would you do with them?
Would we be able to get any sense of how fast this is progressing?
It hasn't progressed mechanically, so probably not yet.
Can we think of any of us think of any way to sort of try and reverse it?
I mean, my first thought was try and blow another divine aid to have Maureen shield the boat from whatever bullshit this is, but what are the odds of that working again?
You can try that. I'm not going to
Unlikely.
stop you trying that. There is a limit to how often you can do it, but it's worth double
Like
checking.
once per
Once per long rest.
I think.
Once long rest, yeah.
And you did have a long rest straight after that, didn't you? So,
Yep, we did.
So you'd be okay on that. So you can try that if you would like.
Anybody else got any other ideas?
Amity would suggest that we assign everybody who's been inflicted a buddy. And should anybody show any kind of progression, whether that be disturbing behavior or any physical changes, or even just so much as a gut feeling, because we know that magic can cause instinctive, like, physiological reaction, like when you know something's magical and you get like the goosebumps. So any signs like that, and then somebody would like call it an alarm, and we can make a case by case judgment.
Okay. You instill paranoia in the crew.
Okay, Nick, I've got a question for you. Are any of the afflicted crew members named crew members?
Not yet. Not yet.
That was just a suggestion, by the way. We haven't necessarily done it.
You're cool. Feels like time is of the essence then, if you want to
Yeah.
have any crew left over by the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
Can Tattle just try observing very closely observing the afflicted crew?
4.
Anything really. Maybe just keep an eye out for things that might slow it down or speed it up.
Oh, is that like an overtime thing rather than a immediate solution?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you probably won't find anything yet. You might want to try that when there's been more time and you've started to see it progress. Because at the moment you don't know how it progresses particularly well.
Would she have any sort of idea on how to sort of any idea at all on how sort of illnesses like this, afflictions like this, can be reversed?
How long they? Yeah.
Roll me a nature check, but I'm going to tell you right now the DC is 25.
I can't
Can
believe
I
that.
offer
then.
help?
I've only got
Oh.
a +4.
Get guidance.
Yeah, guidance.
Yeah, I've got a small chance of
Can I
succeeding.
offer-
And
Can I offer help because of the medical examination I gave to Amity?
You can offer help or guidance, your choice.
Ah,
Well, you can do help. I can give guidance because I also have guidance.
hey,
There
there
you
we
go.
go.
There we go. There you go. Yeah. Roll with advantage and guidance.
Okay. Still a long shot, but let's see what happens.
It's worth a go.
Yeah.
25.
Hey, 25.
You nailed it. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. I think it rolled the guidance with advantage, by the way, for future reference. I'll allow it this time, but next time
Okay.
roll the d20 with advantage and then do the guidance afterwards. Otherwise, I think it'll just double
Alright,
them up
yeah.
and take the highest. But that's fine. I don't mind this passing. You learn that magic that works on curses probably will help here.
We need something to reverse a curse. I think that's a cleric sort of thing. Captain?
It is a 3rd level spell.
Yep.
Yeah. Tattle
So,
remembers back
I'll
to the
pat-
2 farm hands on Lord of Rotten Ruin.
So I'll pat my pockets for a moment. Fresh out of remove curse, I'm afraid.
Amity grumbles about this Christmas being their lot.
Well,
I've only got
it's not the worst influence on you, Amity.
3 religious favor left, and I kind of hoping we don't have to run into something big. But losing all of our crew and losing a player character, more importantly.
That'd be a blow, yeah. I do
Yeah.
have good wisdom save, so as a rule, I'm more likely to succeed it than not.
I can't run a D&D quest without killing an Enfys character. I'm addicted
At
to
this
it.
point, I'm more worried about having a third of the crew turn into demons that are of a similar level to
Yeah,
Mila.
because that was a rough fight, and if one of them turns, we lose other crew to that fight. Like,
It's early days, and you know you have a budget of 5 points of afflicted, and then the 6th one is when you know, something bad happens.
we can use my checks
Yeah, it
as a benchmark for how long we got.
Well, given what Nick said earlier, the NPCs are going to have probably a little less time.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's my worry.
That's why I said our checks, because I might succeed like the next 5. The NPCs lose them probably as a matter of default. Yeah, I doubly vote that we go into the fog at this point and just find that
Yeah.
center.
Well, if that's what the fog does to people, we
That's
don't want
what
the whole crew
things-
ending up.
That's what the things
If
in
we're
the
going-
fog are doing.
There's something corrupting these things. It might be in the fog, or the fog might be a symptom. Like, it may be forming around large gatherings of these creatures,
Mhm.
or it may be causing it. I think I'm going to try Divine Aid to somehow shield the boat. If we go through the fog. Which I was still the deciding vote on, which we've been debating
Mhm.
a bit.
I'd suggest rather doing the divide aid to heal the crew.
Da, da, da. So many choices.
Yeah, I know.
But it's your divine aid, so it's your call.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to roll it in Owlbear, but I also want it to be on stream.
Yeah.
Mood.
If, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you feel free to roll it. Feel free to roll it with some normal dice this time, and then, you know, and let us know. Because Albert has been pretty evil today.
Today it's been fucking evil.
It's
It
a
has been
random number
atrocious.
generator. It shouldn't
Alright.
be evil, but it has been. So, you start
Well,
with a
most
D20.
random number generators aren't true random.
Well,
You
that
have
is
D20, and then there's one because I'm
One
a
because
cleric,
you're a cleric. Yep.
and there's one because I'm always acting in Faith of Morian.
Absolutely. And you have been on this quest. Are you spending a divine favor?
I think. Can I add extra divine favors if the roll fails?
No. but you can use those divine favors if you keep them for re-rolling the d6 to get a better effect.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 3 dice. That's pretty good odds. I've only got to roll a. Let's see, my wisdom mod is +4. I've only got to roll a 16.
Yeah. It's reasonably decent odds.
Ugh.
There's always the chance that it doesn't happen, but
Yeah.
it's decent odds.
I think I'll spend 1 divine favor for an extra
Okay, bring
dice.
it up to
Anyone?
4.
Wait, does anyone have any to donate?
No,
I do not.
I keep forgetting to get them for Tattle.
I get them every chance I got, but I've already used mine on this quest.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have 4 Fallout D20, so I'm going to bring out the coffee and the creamer ones.
Good idea.
Coffee.
Copy.
Okay, that is an 11, an 8, a 17, and an 18.
There we go.
I
All
think that
right.
does it.
I only needed a 16.
Very good. Very good. Let's get that d6 and see what quality of assistance you get from Morian this time.
Come on, not a fucking 1, please.
Sorry, what was it?
Sorry, it was a fucking 6 again.
Excellent.
I-
The crew
I
have
will
their affliction
take a photo.
removed. Enfys, Amity has their affliction removed. You all
Yeah.
get advantage on your next wisdom save to avoid being afflicted.
Ooh. Hey, I think that was a divine favor well spent.
Yeah, I think that roughly works because what's just happened is a mass remove curse, which I think
Yeah.
that roughly
Yeah.
hits. Yeah.
Will that also help the crew in future
it won't help the
circumstances?
crew, but
Yeah.
you'll all get a bonus.
Yeah, my specific intent was like purge the crew and shield the boat.
All right.
Yeah, which you got that, and you
But,
also
yeah.
purged Amity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we are
Well,
going to
Amity's
go
crew-
into, and actually, even if we don't
True.
go into, if we just continue, we should
Okay.
try and do something to protect the crew. So far, all of these have been caused by sound. So could we plug everyone's ears or something?
You could definitely try that.
That's a
That sounds like a good idea.
thought. All right.
Hey, just
Go
what's your
into the
intelligence score?
hold, I'm sure.
Oh, Aegis is -2.
Aegis is suddenly coming out with a savant idea. What if we plug their ears?
A stop sundial is right twice.
Yeah, exactly.
That one idea came out amongst like 7 others, just throwing stuff at the wall to see what
Aegis
sticks.
is like, what if we put rocks in people's ears?
So the voice of Fontaine cries louder than these streets.
It's a good idea. You can try
Yeah, but
doing
that'd
that.
make everyone stone
Yeah.
deaf.
Oh,
Hey.
terrible.
All right.
Oh my god.
So as a ship, it would probably stand to reason that we have at least some, wacky
Various
stuff.
rags and
And
Rags.
rails and
There's
things.
probably some wax
Rags.
for sealing holes, small holes, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or there's like hot pitch, if you never want them to hear again, that sort of thing.
So
unsound plan.
after every, yeah. Wait, shit. Could I have prepared silence today? I don't think I have silence. I don't think that's a cleric thing.
Don't think it's.
it might.
No, I wouldn't have
might not
known.
be.
I wouldn't have known ahead of time.
No.
It
It
is.
is
It is.
but
I do have silence.
You would have.
Oh,
I wouldn't
you
have known ahead of time. So
Okay, yeah. But if you get a long
Oh.
rest later, you can use
Yeah.
that. That might help. Absolutely.
Okay, so we tried to make earplugs for everybody
Okay.
and tell them if
Yeah, we-
something looks like it's coming out or looking coming out of the fog, heading towards the boat, looking strange. Plug your ears as quick as you can.
Yes.
Okay.
We. Amity also make sure to spend some time establishing with everybody some hand signals for the more common things that we do on the ship with regards to maintaining and direction and speed, etc., etc.
That makes sense.
And I established with the crew a sign for get below deck. We're about to fight.
That would be one of the signs, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Where to
Like
next?
I know back with the Sea Hag encounter, I was deciding to like come up with a secret signal in case I couldn't exactly say what was going on, and I assume that's probably the same signal.
Yeah, probably.
I'm thinking we've got protection, we've got advantage on whatever this is. Maybe go through the fog and see if we can like find a clearing.
Yep. We know we're looking for a red light because there was a red light
Yeah.
Yep.
in the dream.
Well,
Just like the Ballad of Roxanne.
Roxanne. Oh well, this is probably gonna bite us in the ass, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do the fog.
Okay.
Hope we're protected.
Ish.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. 2 new crew members become afflicted.
Oh.
One existing crew member gains an additional point of affliction.
Even after
Affliction.
it was cleared and
Sorry, yeah. 3 crew members gain 1 point of affliction. Very good point. It was cleared.
Yeah.
That is halved from what I initially rolled because you've got them all wearing earplugs.
yeah, so it is sound based. That was a good idea.
Partly
Okay.
sound-based, yeah, but that is not the only vector.
No,
Once again, I'm tormented by Sonic.
gotta go fast.
So the fog is thick and consistent and smells of petrichor. The air is hot, the water choppy beneath you, and the waves are sort of sailing northwards. You can't see a thing. And you get turned around in the fog. I'm going to give you 4 cardinal directions, and you have to choose one. North, south, east, and west. Those are relative to you. They don't necessarily guarantee what direction you end up in.
Fuck.
Good luck.
I just wanted to keep heading in a straight line. So, is there any way to tell which direction we've been turned? Wait, wouldn't we have a compass?
Yeah.
Do you
Can I
have a
ask?
compass? Do you own one? Has anyone bought one?
You'd think I would. I just assumed that was one of the things that I would have had.
I will do one of those like survival compasses where they get the static electricity on a needle and put it in some water.
Roll me a survival
That's a
check.
thing.
You'd think a boat would have one.
Yeah, they usually have them built into the friggin' wheel.
As a 17.
17. So it doesn't take long and you're able to produce one of these. But it's spinning in all directions and little sparks of blue lightning are shooting off of it.
Oh my.
That seems less than useful.
Any of you
I
with
slept through
background features that allow you to not get lost might note that those say, except through magical means.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't seem like I have any actual influence on where we go because it's just random at this point.
At this point, when you don't have enough data, it is random.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is there a way to get data?
Well, you
On the
could
next
note down
move.
the things I told you earlier. You
Yeah.
could make an intelligence investigation check to try and discern some things.
That's true. Let's see. The compass is spinning, so that's useless. What time of day is it?
Time of day is it? It is sun is setting.
Could I see the star?
Amity
No.
would like to suggest to the captain that we make note of which direction the wind is blowing the waves in. And unless the wind has made
Yeah,
a
that-
significant change,
that's a good idea.
we can probably have a rough guess of cardinal directions based off that.
I rolled that
Yeah, would we be able to?
investigation. I got a 21.
21 on investigation. Let me give you one of the rules of the mist. Very good. Yeah, let me give you one of the rules as applies to this one. Okay.
Just gonna need a specific section in my notes.
I should do notes too.
Everyone should do some amount of notes.
Nah.
I've been doing notes.
Yep. I
It's just
should have been doing notes, but I've just sort of been staring at a blank screen.
I don't have the attention
Llama.
to do notes.
That's why I do very short bullet points for most things. Like the affliction just has -2 to d20s, and the speed penalty and the level of affliction, and that's it.
As you got over a 20 on your check, I'm going to give you one of the harder rules. If the
Oh.
fog smells of petrichor, the direction you should head should be rotated clockwise. But that direction is determined by something else.
Lovely.
This one I do not expect you all to solve today. I expect you to solve this by the time you get to the center of the mist. It is not something that is designed to be solvable in a small amount of time. You need more trial and error to get the answer.
So what I'm hearing here is if we want to break this, if you want to break Nick, we solve it now.
Absolutely, that would break me. I would be very impressed.
Did anyone happen to bring the Shroud Breaker from Sea of Thieves with you?
God damn it, I knew I forgot something.
What kind of druid doesn't have control weather, honestly?
I have create and destroy water, but I don't think that would work on evil mist.
No, it would probably create a patch of it, but not like 8 square miles of it.
Yeah,
Well, there are,
exactly.
yeah.
it does have specific rules for removing mist, so it
But
can
not 8 square
remove
miles
some
of
mist.
mist.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
So yeah,
All right.
it's
So
just,
the direction we want to go, we take it and we rotate it clockwise?
Yes, but you don't know which direction you want to go yet. But bear that rule in mind, because it will apply when you get more rules.
it's
The
in my
rest of
notes.
you can also make investigation checks, survival checks. You can make nature or arcana checks. You know, there's options.
Could I look for any, you make a perception check, look for any weird, like, landmarks we might have seen, like any strange rocks sticking up out of the water? Could I see the gigantic finger of Fontaine anywhere in the distance?
No.
Which should be visible for
No, we're in fog.
a lot of miles.
You are in
Yeah,
real
fair enough.
dense, like pea super fog right now. You can
Also,
see
the
about
curvature of the
100
planet
feet.
would,
You can barely see the
conceal
edge of the boat, like from one side to the other.
Okay, that's very bad.
It's dense. It is dense. You are inside a cloud, essentially.
Now that we're in the fog, can Tattle try and see if analyze the fog and see if she can understand anything about its nature at all?
Sure. Yeah. Roll me nature.
Okay. Well, should have seen that coming.
You said one of the verbs. It made it easier for me.
Oh, that is only a 12.
Okay, with a 12, you learn if the air is hot, sail west.
Okay, if the air is hot, sail west.
And the air is currently hot and smells of petrichor.
And then you rotate that
Rotate
clockwise.
west clockwise.
Can I
Would be what?
use
north?
Can I, having already noted which direction the waves are generally moving, whether that be due to tidal forces or wind or whatever, can I use that to ascertain if they're still traveling in the same cardinal direction or roughly thereabouts as they were earlier, or is that likely to have shifted?
You can try and work that out. That sounds either, I suppose, survival, nature.
Survival! I'm taking survival.
Yeah.
I love survival. Let's see if my rainbow dice can redeem itself, shall we?
Use the power
Rainbow
of
dice,
the
I believe.
dice.
Maybe. What's my survival plus 6? I have a 13, so 19.
19. It suddenly
I
changed the
guidance
moment
that?
you got into the fog.
Do I know where it changed to? Because if it changed as soon as I went into the fog, then I still would have had my velative bearing.
Yes. Sorry, what I mean is it changed instantly. As in, you have not rotated. The wind...
The world has rotated around us.
And the world has rotated... No, the world hasn't rotated around you. The world has suddenly changed to the extent that where the water was moving and the way the wind was moving have suddenly, and I'm talking within seconds upon you entering the mist, changed.
Do I know where to?
Yes, the waves are moving northwards and the wind is blowing that direction as well.
Right.
Okay, well,
So-
we have the answer. So we want to move... we want to move west, but
No.
that's rotated clockwise. Because here it's hot, right?
So north?
Yes. Follow the wind.
So
Sail downwind,
yeah,
Captain.
so
Except we can't because we have no tokens.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I will move you from now on. I will move you closer when you are correct, and I will move you in a random direction when you're incorrect.
Ooh.
Okay, we're in the puzzle mode.
So, oh boy. So yeah,
Incorrect.
northeast.
Are we
Because you don't
still
have
needing
all the
to do-
rules.
Yep.
Are we still needing to do nighttime?
We don't have to worry
Watching
about
the
that
cycle.
until I've got an
Okay.
encounter to spring on you. We can
Okay.
just say you're spending time. Do spend some rations though,
Yep.
because
Cool.
that was the end of the day. And I will
I will
see how
mark
much
off
more
another
affliction
day's
happens.
Is that going to happen every hex? Fuck.
Yes. That's why I said time is of the
Yeah.
essence. So that is a mere one that is new. One new hexed one. Oh, it's not hexed. One new afflicted, and one going up to afflicted level 2.
Is that halved?
That's already been halved.
Damn it.
I rolled a 5, so you got lucky on the halving.
Would Tattle sort of be able to observe the crew member who's gone up to level 2? Anything about them?
Sure, make me a medicine check. Yeah. Or Arcana, or depends what you're observing, I suppose. But medicine is probably the easiest.
Yeah.
I would like
that's-
to offer
makes sense.
assistance on that.
Yep, sure. You got advantage.
Okay.
Thorek,
what's your
can
medicine
you
score?
guidance?
Yeah, guidance.
Plus
sure.
6.
In that case, I'll give you advantage instead because mine's +5.
On what? What are we rolling?
Medicine.
We're investigating one of the
No.
progressed crew members.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Guidance, so that's the D4 and 2 D20s. Yeah, that's a natural 20 and a 19 and +4. Plus my
Not
medicine is
bad.
6. So that's a 30.
That's a 30. That's pretty high. The progression seems... It's hard to track. It's almost like it's semi-random. But it certainly progresses the longer you maintain it. You remain in the mist. Perhaps it's inhaled. Perhaps it's a psychic emanation from some point. As well as just the auditory thing. Perhaps it's leached into your skin through your pores. Or perhaps it is a metaphysical issue of just being close to something very evil. You're not sure the cause at all, and you probably won't know until you find it, or at least until you get much closer. As
Yeah.
for
So my-
ways of slowing this down, you're not sure on that either beyond, divine intervention,
Getting
which
out of
has
the
clearly
fog.
worked,
Mm.
killing them early, that sort of thing.
I would like to avoid killing my crew if I can.
Exactly. The one who's getting worse now has webbed hands.
If I talk to them, how do they sound? How do they feel?
They complain of a ringing in their ears. Not
Is it just ringing?
like tinnitus, more like a bell tolling constantly.
Who's casting Toll the Dead on my crew? I'll fucking kill him.
Would any of us sort of heard of any sort of mythology or legends about mysterious ringing bells turning people into demons.
Probably not. The only person I think in the entirety of Nordmark who could even have a chance of passing that test is probably Tanwin.
Ah,
God damn it, Tanwin.
and she's busy.
Why aren't you
all
on
the
this quest?
yeah, she's on all the comedy side quests. Just more fun that way.
I don't think anyone else would normally come across this. This is a sort of a legend lore sort of situation, a 6th level spell to find information about it. This is something none of you have heard of before.
Can I roll a deception check on you, Nick, to make you think I have a scroll of legend lore?
Go for it.
It's not gonna work.
DC 9
The
million.
DC is yes.
I only rolled
DC.
9,990.
Yeah, what Raven said.
Okay. So you have got some information though that the progression is sort of semi-random, that this person might just remain at this level for the rest of their lives and they might be fine. But certainly people are getting worse. Now,
Hey,
the fog here is thick and consistent again. It smells now of brimstone. The air is hot, the water is choppy, and the waves and wind are moving towards the south.
okay, we already know the air's hot. Can we get any other rules by just sort of observing?
You can make a roll. Options are survival, nature, investigation, or arcana, unless you can blank me something else that makes sense. Of course, I'm not locking it down to those four. Those are the four that just came to mind. Yeah, arcana's great. Great one.
That's 24.
24. You get another one of the harder ones. That's great. If the fog smells of brimstone, reverse the direction.
Sick, dude.
So we've got hot air, sail west, brimstone, reverse, so sail east, but there's probably another one because you mentioned other qualities of the fog.
There are other qualities of the fog, yeah.
Can you repeat them?
Yeah, sure. So the fog is thick, consistent, and smelling of brimstone. The air is hot, the water is choppy, and flowing in a southerly direction.
A lot of things.
I literally
Yeah,
wrote a
that's,
computer program to output the correct ones and randomize all of the other factors based on the large set
Nick,
of
I don't know
rules that
how-
I've created for this.
Now, Nick, I don't know if you know me,
Just
but I'm a
flexing.
fucking idiot.
Yeah, same, dude.
So
I will say, right now, you do not have enough information to know.
Yeah,
as you
this
do,
is-
as you make
All
more
right.
checks and as you progress, you will gradually get enough information to be able to just tick it off a list, basically go, oh, yeah, okay, it's this. For now, you don't have that info, and so you've
Are
got
we-
to work
Okay.
it.
Oh,
Only
Nick,
able to make
could
one
I?
roll per move?
Sorry.
One roll per move.
One roll per
If I had to
character or
guess.
just in general?
Per character.
Okay.
Could
Nick.
I?
Sorry.
No, go
Oh,
on, Brie.
Enfys.
Go on, Brie. You
Okay.
spoke first.
Sorry.
go for it.
Could I argue perception because we've already moved in the fog, so maybe Tattle could have noticed something about how things were changing and how that was affecting the way the ship was moving.
You know what? Yes, because I'm going to make a sudden change to the rules. We're going to do the skill challenge style where you can't do the same check someone else has done in the same hex.
Okay.
So Arcana's off the table now for everyone else, but there are other options. Perception, I think you can use that to try and get a sort of, a better understanding of the relative effects and what's changed. I think that makes sense. You can roll me that.
Okay. That is a freaking natural one
oof.
for an 8 if that matters.
For an 8,
Mhm.
I'm afraid that's not going to be enough. So you're scanning around and it's so thick, this fog, that it makes seeing everything else much, much harder. And you're starting to see shapes in the fog that I think you're probably just imagining them, to be honest. But because you're staring so long at something that you just start to see shapes in it. Unfortunately, no. You're not able to get any more information. Would anyone else like to make a check?
I would like to make a check.
Sure. What would you like to do? Anything
would
other than
like
perception
to-
or arcana?
Having noted the sudden changes to weather and fog and whatnot as we entered, and how all of the water and the fog is affecting the ship as we move, using all of this information akin to how I would navigate a forest, try to predict what's going to happen next to help us to sort of make a more informed decision.
Okay, so survival, yeah?
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I'm glad you picked that up. Otherwise, I was going to have to be like, could I argue this?
I mean, survival's one
Sure,
of the four I'd listed as like, yeah, you can use this. This is fine.
Yeah. But to be fair, I'm not above suggesting alternate skills anyway. I do it all the time.
No, I'm all for it. But I mean, the more description you give me of what you're trying to do, the more I can work with. So, that's great.
Oh, I rolled a 16, and my survival's great. So
Okay.
I've gone blind and gone ahead to move. 22.
I need to make a note on which ones of these I've told you.
Yes. The
Because
total
I'm
was 22.
not an idiot.
The roll was a flat 16.
Okay, so I've done that one, and that one. Okay. You get... Yeah, you get another hard piece of information. You don't get another one about changing the direction or anything like that based on setting, because you already know what happens for Brimstone, which is the current one, and you haven't experienced any of the others yet. What you learn is there is a specific order of preference on these. Some rules override the others.
Okay, that's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
But you're not going to tell us which ones come in what order.
Not yet. You'll learn that later.
Ah.
Some of it you'll learn
Yeah,
through
that's enough.
experimentation as well, I imagine, but
Okay.
there's plenty of time. Oh yeah, I need a
Well,
roll.
but
See
You
about
keep on
dead
telling us
people.
there's not.
Oh, I've already done that.
Yeah. Yeah, we've
Plenty of time. You've got 30 crew left
Say-
alive.
We do know that we want to move east on this one, if I remember rightly. As based on the information we currently have.
know.
There's two more people who
Based
can
on
make checks
current
if they want.
information.
You know, you can get more info.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
it true? Aegis?
Something came up and Emily had to go AFK.
Yeah,
Aegis
no
is
problem.
useless
We've
at
had
all of
Emily's
this
check
stuff.
already.
Yeah. No, Aegis isn't going to be useful on really anything. Like any of the checks that would help anybody else would be better at them.
Yeah, but we've already
I
made a
don't-
check. So if there's something that we haven't rolled that you could roll, you know, it's an option.
Yeah.
I would
I
suggest
vote
then
there's no
Yeah.
harm in doing the roll.
don't avoid playing the game for no reason. Like, there's no consequence to you taking part. It's fine.
So what
Okay.
were the options you suggested?
So the
Survival was
options
one
I
of them that's been
suggested,
taken
yeah,
perception.
survival's been done. Nature is available. Investigation is available. Arcana has been used. And
Okay.
survival.
And
and
okay, so
perception.
it's either nature or investigation, which I have -2 in both of. But
You
I
could
was
also
thinking
flag something else.
Make something
Can
up.
I-
Justify
can
it.
do athletics.
If you can justify it, you can do athletics. I'm not going to stop you.
Don't know.
I thought of a way that might justify it. Maybe.
How
Aegis
about?
just running up and jumping around and seeing ways the wind is affecting them.
Well, yeah, I was thinking about like how about if like we got something that would we can't see anything, can we? I was thinking like if we put up a kite or if we had a rope dangling off the back or something where you could see the changing in directions.
I mean, that sounds pretty viable.
You'd
Yeah,
be
but
able
you
to
can't
feel it,
see.
Yeah.
wouldn't
Oh
you?
yeah.
I mean, yeah, we can just about barely see to the end of the ship, right? You can put your hand in front of your nose and see your hand, you know? So the end of a rope, that would be fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
and if
so-
you're speaking of sea.
Hmm.
So say, speaking of sea, is my lantern revealing, showing anything invisible?
No.
Okay.
But good thinking. That may not
And what's
always
that?
be the case. And I will let you
And
know.
what's
of
that perception check for invisible object? Okay, sorry, wrong game.
course. So Aegis, yeah, if you want to make me an athletics check to fly a kite for a reasonable amount of time. No, this isn't really athletics. Let's go for a constitution check.
Okay, interesting.
Also, no,
Can I-
strength is fine. Strength is fine if you want to do strength.
They're both the same anyway, so
I just don't think
All right.
there's
Well, so
athletics
can I guide
specific in this, but
You know, this is
You could do a
more
raw ability.
proprioception sort of thing.
Can I guidance this?
Yeah.
Because I'm the only one that
You
hasn't
can-
made a check this time. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I had a
you-
D4.
you can absolutely do that. Yeah, add a d4 to your check.
all right, 19.
19. You get a piece of information. You learn that if the water is choppy, you should sail east.
We've got two.
Ah. And we know
Air is
so-
hot and it's choppy, so east and west.
So it feels like with the
Oh,
other
there's-
pieces of information, like if there's two that are saying point east, then they're probably like
But
outranking other things that would say change.
one says west, one says east, and one says reverse direction. We've got all three of those at the same time right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. South it is then.
yeah. Well, we know.
Uh,
I think
Yeah,
we
we
just
know
go
there's
in
a-
a direction and
Okay.
see what happens.
okay, hold up.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we've got
Can I
brimstone. We've got
choppy?
air is
and
hot. Okay, brimstone, choppy, hot. Hold up. Reverse,
Can I wait?
west.
Have I made a check this turn?
No, you've not.
No, but you did cast guidance.
Okay.
Does that invalidate him being able to make a check or not?
No, you can make a check. I will probably say you can only guidance one
Alright.
person per hex just to make
Yeah,
things
I've
sane, but that's fine.
yeah, no, I just figured Aegis would have needed it.
No,
And they
no.
did.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I pull some kind of insight check based on what I know of gods, devils, and whatever, just fucking with people and throwing curses out, see if I can like piece some kind of bullshit together?
Okay. I like it. I'm going to raise the DC, but I like it.
All right. All that dice, don't fail me now. Which one has the fucking nuke symbol on it? Okay. Yeah, that's 19. Can't guidance myself, but hey, it's a 19.
I'm afraid that's a failure. It was a 20 DC. It was.
Whoa.
You got very close to
Wait, hold on.
essentially.
Thorek can guidance me.
That's true, and it hasn't happened
They haven't
yet.
used
Yeah.
it this,
So you
but
automatically
Emily's
pass.
not here, and they would have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. I'll allow that. You automatically pass. You gain one more piece of information. If the fog is consistent, sail east.
Okay, so that's
Another thing saying east then. Because this one was consistent. Was that? Am I remembering that right?
That's right. The fog is thick, consistent, smelling of brimstone. The air is hot. The water is choppy and moving in a southerly direction.
Oh, Nick, this is so much
we
information.
haven't figured out.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we haven't figured out the water yet.
Okay, can I just speak up on one thing? So the one that says that reverses the current direction, that must logically necessarily override at least one other thing, because otherwise it wouldn't have any effect.
Mhm.
Because it modifies an existing effect. So maybe
But we've got
we can
two
make
things
the
saying
assumption.
east now.
Yeah, but so maybe we could make the assumption it's the most it's the highest in the hierarchy until proven otherwise.
Yeah. So the only thing we haven't done is like check on the water, and nobody else can make a check, so we have to pick a direction. And since two things are saying east and the reverse direction is in play, it seemed that like there's 2 points to east, but that's reversed to west.
But there was one that said west as well, wasn't there?
Yes, we
Yeah,
have one
but
for west, two for east,
he's-
and one for
he's-
reverse.
He's playing the odds. There is a 2/3 chance, based on current information, that it's east reversed.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is that the way you want to go? You are the captain?
Suppose. Yeah, do the west, since there's 2 pointing the
West.
east but reversed.
Congratulations. You are correct.
Yes.
Yay!
Very well done. You might want to write down that proves, at the very least, that the one that was telling you to go in one direction is of lower priority to at least one of the other two.
I'm making all of. I've got categories of things.
Yeah, there's a lot on this. I took inspiration from, what was it, Agent Orange, Orange Tango Agent, whatever it was that you were playing with Catbat, and I was like, how can I make this obtuse?
Operation
Tango. That was it.
Tango. Yeah.
So this time, one afflicted crew member becomes level 2. And one new crew member becomes level 1 afflicted.
I am back.
So it's the same.
Do
Welcome
we
back.
notice anything else about the crew that have been afflicted?
The crew that have been afflicted, one of them has gone very pale and is sort of muttering to themselves about the dawn. Such a pale light of dawn, so beautiful, it will be the end of everything.
Sounds nice.
Sounds a bit grim.
That's ringing a bell. Have I heard
Sounds like
something
something
similar
from
to
the
that
dungeon.
before?
I hope not. I've
Yeah,
just
from the
come up-
donjon.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Coincidence.
That's just a coincidence. Yeah, that is just a coincidence.
I think Nick is plagiarizing himself without realizing it.
Yeah, I'm just so, yeah.
Yeah, that's just how you write, isn't it? You think of one cool thing and just use it for your entire career.
Yeah, that's it. That explains Dan Brown, at least.
Exactly. Isn't
Just
that
did it
right,
with
my
a whole
friends?
book.
And his first book wasn't even any good.
Like, you can tell when he wants like a character giving a speech to be charismatic because they always say, "My friends."
Oh, God, yeah. And he always introduces someone with their job first. Have you ever noticed that? Like, it's always their job. It's never any other interesting piece of information about them. It's Harvard symbologist Robert Langdon, etc., etc. It's always that. Such a shitty way to write. Anyway, I shouldn't be ranting about Dan Brown. We're doing a D&D game.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Next set of clues, I guess.
Yes, and please update your tokens because you did start a new day. The only reason we're tracking tokens is to work out when you need to spend food.
So 15 minus 3 for what we just moved. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So new hex, and this will probably be our last one before we stop for the night. But
Yeah,
you're
it's up
getting
then.
the hang of it, I think, which is a good sign. So here the fog is thick, but it is patchy. It is not a consistent thickness. And still can't see the sky, no matter what. It's not as close in parts. It smells of petrichor. The air is hot, the water is rough, and the waves and wind are moving easterly.
You give them to me again, sorry. I was
Yeah, absolutely.
adding patchy.
The fog is thick and patchy and smells of petrichor. The air is hot, the water is rough, and is moving in an easterly direction.
What's the difference between rough and choppy?
I'm defining rough as being like real bad. Choppy is like moderate. Rough is like,
Okay.
this shit is, you're actively starting to feel a little ill. Those of you who haven't
Yeah.
got your sea legs
Okay.
anyway.
I rolled a 19 Arcana.
A 19 Arcana. Okay, let me get you another rule. If the water
yeah.
is rough, sail north.
Okay, I wonder if the intensity affects hierarchy.
Maybe.
I'll give him ideas.
I wish I'd thought
It's
of
a-
that.
He's
Or
written the
did
program already. He's not going to rewrite it.
I can add things. So,
Not
you don't know
mid-game,
that.
anyway.
It's only
not
a-
mid-game.
It's only 100 odd lines of C#. I can do it again.
So okay.
Do you want to deal with more she's sharp, Nick? Do you really?
True.
How many of those things do we not know that was said?
Okay,
Yeah,
we
that's
don't
a
know
good question.
Patchy.
What conditions?
We were just given rough. Rough is north. We always know which way water's flowing. That's just a thing that's given. Although it doesn't tell us.
It's always
My
possible
brain
that one's a red herring.
Yes.
Or it's
Yeah,
possible
we
I've
just know
simply
what-
not told you any rules about it yet.
This is also true. Yeah, rough, which means we should move north. The air is hot, which means we should go west. However, that one has a lower priority than the ones we already know that tell us to go east. We don't have a smell this time, do we?
It smells of petrichor.
Oh, we did have a
Yep.
smell, and it smells of petrichor. I'm just a fool and didn't mark it off.
That's all right.
So rotate it clockwise.
Which way was the water flowing?
The water is flowing east.
Okay. Can I tell if the roughness of the waves is moving in the same direction that the water is flowing? And maybe discern a relationship there.
Okay. Sure. Is that a perception you're thinking, or is it a nature or a survival? Survival's fine. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, it sounds like survival to me.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bad one. 11.
11. Okay. They are moving together, and that is just enough.
Ooh.
For
What's
if the
moving together
water-
specifically?
The waves and the wind. They're always going in the same direction, which is what happens normally, but in here anything's go because it's magical. But it does appear to be linked, the waves and the water here. So at the very least, that rule of nature hasn't been broken.
Rules of nature.
Nature.
You learn if the waves move north or east, sail west.
Interesting. Okay.
It
I-
wasn't a
I
red
thought-
herring. I just
Yeah,
hadn't told you about it yet.
I thought of a stupid
Okay.
check I can do.
Yep. Go for it.
I don't know if this justifies it enough, but assuming, as with that 30, the corruption is coming from the source of the fog, and it's not necessarily the fog itself. That's my assumption.
Mhm.
Could be wrong. Could I do some kind of medicine check on the crew to see if, like, there's something, it's like they're being called somewhere that could help guide us the right way?
The relationship between the condition
Yeah,
and
between-
the weather effects.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's interesting. I like,
I like
that.
that one.
like a,
Yeah, roll that. Yeah.
like a homing beacon.
Yeah, roll that one. Yeah, I'm not
I
going
gotta-
to increase the DC because I kind of like it. It's nice.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
nice. It's neat.
Should I guidance
Nice.
myself or save this for somebody else?
On yourself. Go for it. It's the last roll of the night.
Okay.
Yeah, treat yourself.
Pirates can have a
Okay.
little guidance as a treat.
Yeah.
They can. Okay, so that's a 1 on the guidance. Unfortunate.
Might be enough.
Medicine check is +6 though, so that's 18.
18 is enough. If the fog is patchy, sail north.
Oh no, that makes this hex really interesting. Okay.
Okay, is there anything else we still don't know from the description on this one?
Hold up. So the water is moving east, which means we sail west, right? So that's 1 for west. The waves are rough, which means we sail north. It's 1 north.
Patrick
The air
Riley
is
rotated clockwise.
hot, which means we sail west, but that one has a lower priority than at least 2 other things. Neither would apply right now. if patchy, move north. So that's 2 north to west. And petrichor, which means direction should be turned clockwise.
Okay. I'd like to try and do something. And I'm hoping you'll let me do sleight of hand on this one, where I'm gonna put like a buoy on the end of a rope or something and hang it off the back of the boat.
lad.
I hope you mean a flotation device.
No, a buoy.
Dave.
A buoy. Dave, get in the sea.
Just a little guy.
And I want to see if I can tell when we think we're moving in a certain direction. Does the buoy or does the flotation device, go in that direction to indicate we are going where we think we're going, or if we're being moved in a different direction to what we believe?
This is interesting. What are you trying to roll?
This is for sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Yeah, all right,
we
but I'm
need
going
to
to
tie
up the DC because it is a weird one to use sleight of
It is
hand
a weird
for.
one.
If you were fishing, I'd accept sleight of hand. But yeah, no,
I mean,
you can
you
still do
technically
it. But I'm
fish,
going to
you
up the
just
DC.
You're fishing for information.
Yeah.
Hey.
But yeah, absolutely roll it. But yeah, the DCs will have 5 higher than usual.
Okay. +3. Come on. I'll use my
Thorek
discretion,
hasn't-
assuming DC is
That's
probably a 20, right?
It is. Yeah, I was almost like, that's fine.
I was-
and then,
bugger.
I was gonna say Thorek could have guidance that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Alas, the inspiration made it much worse.
Yep, it did.
It did.
Yes.
I still have 2 inspiration. Can I give one to Ben?
No.
No, I've already done it.
You
It's
toss a
fine.
boy into the water, and you're just holding on to the sort of the
ground.
rope or the twine, and you're just sitting there.
Bye, Dave.
And Cheeky Dave's just bobbing along in there with the 2 natural flotation devices he has. And unfortunately, those are in his ass, which means he is face down in the water.
I believe Dave's got big naturals.
Dave killed by his own surprisingly buoyant ass cheeks. No, he's you throw a flotation device in, and you're watching it closely, but you can't make head or tail of it. Unfortunately, it's too erratic for you to really pin it down to one particular direction.
Fair.
And I think that's everyone for this hex. I think everyone. Yep. Oh, Bree, have you not?
Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
Nope.
By all means.
Wow. Really?
I know. Erasure that's happening right
Well, if this is the last one, go ahead and add Thorek's guidance, I guess.
Okay, so basically sort of Tattle's thinking about these conditions, and they're very clearly not natural.
Hmm.
In fact, not only are they unnatural, but they feel very arbitrary, which has got her thinking. Maybe this isn't just weird happenstance, but an actual outright something that's got some sort of actual malice behind it.
now. Okay.
But if it's got actual malice behind it, it's got thought behind it.
Okay.
So therefore, could I argue either deception or insight to try and work out what sort of the rules are here?
Not deception at all, but insight is kind of, that's kind of what Nigel
hold
was
on.
trying before.
Yeah.
Although that was
Could
not in
they
this hex. I think, so.
If Tattle was trying to think of how Tattle would design a system like this, could they argue deception? How they would try and screw somebody over?
No, but I
mean-
may allow thieves' tools.
Well, insight or thieves' tools will be a +5 either way.
Plus
So she's
D4.
Yep. Okay.
Plus a d4. I'm upping the DC as I did with Nigel because it's the same kind of check where you're trying to essentially get in the head of someone you know nothing about, who may be like an archdemon of some kind, or archdevil or something like that.
Right. Okay.
God
That's a
damn it,
3 on
Ashton,
the
leave us alone.
that's a 3 on the D4. So
He's just
that's
watching.
going to be a +8.
Just chilling out watching this all. Like.
I would not be surprised.
Unfortunately, that's a natural 4 for 12.
That is unfortunate. That is not going to be enough. So you're trying to, you're just trying to piece the puzzle together and try and work out how someone in your boots would make a magical trap like this. Unfortunately, you have never made a magical trap in your life outside of the snare spell.
And that did not go well.
And it didn't go
Tattle.
great when you used that. You've not been big on making traps, to be honest. So you haven't got that much experience.
Come on, under instructor Ruth Goldberg. You've got this.
But no luck, I'm afraid. So you're gonna have to pick a direction. We'll do this before we end the session, because otherwise we'll all have forgotten the rules again.
Where did we get to on all this one? This was so many
Two
different
east,
things, right?
2 east, 2 north, but one of the no, 2
west,
west,
2 south.
2 north, but one of the wests has a lower priority than some of the things that have nothing to do with this.
And then they're rotated clockwise, so that's south and west,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
south and
clockwise because of Petrichor.
Yeah, they're all rotated clockwise, I assume. So north would become west, west would become south. Or no. Yeah, wait, no, I'm thinking
west
east.
will become north. Yeah.
West would become north, north would become east.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking.
It's all good. It's all good. It's just we're doing this in our head. I need to put up like a little one of those little compass keys up. Yeah.
I always mix up north or west and east.
We should make the notes on the owlbear.
I am going to do that once we're done here. I will be copy pasting everything I have in the format I have it.
All right.
But yeah, 2 west, 2 north, and rotated. One of the west ones has a lower priority of some kind.
So
What's the
that
decision?
is,
I would, if I were to
East.
bank odds on something, I would say north rotated clockwise.
Well, should be east.
Yeah.
We ain't got any other information. Anyone else have anything to say?
Nope, I think
I
that's.
guess we're going east.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was quickly making a compass rose.
That doesn't look anything like a flower.
It doesn't. Unfortunately, the locking and the snapping is making that real wet. It's making it real bad. But there we go. There's a reference. Which direction you're going? You're going east, did you say?
That's based on the
Yes.
information we have.
Congratulations.
Hey.
Yay.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We're out of the fog.
You're actually out of the fog, yeah. Which means I can reveal a little bit more fog around you.
By the way, we could have just
Gone around it.
the cleric.
Oh my god. We could have gone around it.
See?
Yes, but we are still being
Oh, yeah.
affected even when outside of it by, oh, I didn't want to drag that.
I should have locked those in place, and I will do that before the next one, so that you can't move them around. But yeah,
No, we're just gonna move them around while you're not looking. Make a free pass.
Yeah, let's just oh look, we can head towards our destination.
Wait, are we on top of something?
No, we're not.
No?
In any fog.
Oh, okay. The icon suddenly looked different for some
Oh
reason.
no, we are surrounded by fog here.
you're in a brief
We're
gap
not
in
on
the
top
fog.
of any.
Yeah.
Yeah, they happen. It's fine.
All right.
So everyone recovers from the affliction.
Nope.
Definitely.
No.
We level
Although
up to
unless-
27.
Unless something comes at us, we are less likely to have our crew be afflicted by more of it.
Mhm.
Did anybody check down our tokens?
no.
I don't think we
Yeah.
did.
No.
Take
That's okay. I'll do it. 9. There we go.
You're making good progress into the mist, and that's where we're going to end for tonight. You've zoomed across the map this time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We've
Well,
made
you
as much
started
progress
down
in
there.
this session as we have in the
Every
previous
other
5.
session.
Yeah. I wanted to keep it relatively combat light as you went into this, but there will be combat in the mist next session. But I wanted to give you more time to less time
if we don't go back
between
into the
learning
mist,
new
Nick.
things about the mist. Otherwise it becomes really hard to remember anything that's going on with it. So now that you're getting the hang of it, though, it'll get a bit more complex, especially as you get closer and closer to your goal. You are, I will say, shockingly close.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, you will probably get there next session if you continue going the
Dicey.
right way. So that's
Do we level
Big
up
if.
when we get
If.
there?
no.
This is actually a good question. Do we level up when we get there so people can prepare their
This is
sheets?
not the.
It's after, right?
No, yeah.
This
I
is
did
not-
do it
yeah,
I was
sometimes halfway
asking.
through. You won't level up when you get there.
Yeah.
There is a condition that will require that you'll have to do to level up. That is not at the end of the quest.
Interesting.
There is something after that that I would like you to level up for because it'll be spicy.
Oh, fuck.
It's a spicy meatball.
So you don't
2024
need-
rules?
We won't do 2024 rules because swapping to it at random will be mad. So
Fuck,
we'll
that means I gotta make another Nigel.
do a quick 5th level Nigel using 2014 rules, but keep your 2024 one because it will swap to that afterwards.
I will
Okay,
prepare
everybody
a
prepare your level
5th
5s.
level Amity.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Do 2024 rules. We'll give it a go. It'll be messy, but why not? Let's just do it. Let's do it.
Almost nothing except my spells change.
Yeah, that's the downside of the artificer. I
You know what
guess, is
sucks?
they just
Like I
haven't-
don't even get. I don't even get
Okay,
a weapon
wait.
mastery.
No,
Okay,
no.
so
I suppose you can take
even-
the feet, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
even
sucks.
as the
Okay.
martial
So,
like,
Hmm.
class of.
Yeah.
You
so
get
wait,
new
are we
druid rules,
building
Tattle.
up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we
Building our
building our
2024
characters at
version.
level? Yeah. So we did
Five?
that for level
Yeah.
5 or okay.
Level 5.
Yeah, okay.
Because you will hit 5th
Oh,
level.
Yeah, I
when
figured
you-
I'd
when you
ask.
Complete
Yeah.
the criteria at your destination that unlocks that.
Everything I've taken for Amity is either just Greg Warden generic or PHP generic, which means I can just build this pretty much straight out the gate on D&D Beyond.
Nice.
Sorry about the interruptions, Bree. I didn't mean to.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry, I'm sleepy and I'm
It's all
bad
good.
at turn order on Discord
all
anyway.
I think for a lot of this, we got very excited, so there was a lot of crosstalk from everyone. I wouldn't worry
Yeah.
about
It
it.
happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna end there. I think you all did really, really well. I think this was not an easy puzzle. It's still not an easy puzzle. You still only have about 30% of the information, so you're doing really well,
good
all
puzzle.
told.
I think
It's nice
we
and
have
easy
gotten
puzzle.
Hardly out of your luck.
phenomenally lucky.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've just been
Um,
lucky. You've put some really good statistical know-how behind it. Like
Yeah,
when you were
that's what I'm
that
saying. It's
that first one, when you were
if-
picking like this one is most likely to be the one because 2 of them versus 1. Let's try that. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly what you need to be thinking. This is exactly the kind of
Yes.
thing you need to have a look at. Yeah.
Yeah, I think basically it's like there's a point system pointing to each direction, and the most we just have to see what's going, like what is pointing the most towards one direction, and then any modifiers on top of that point. So like reverse,
Yeah.
clockwise, counterclockwise. Because if there's a clockwise, it makes sense there's a counterclockwise.
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
while I agree with you, the notes I have haven't included that yet.
But you never know.
Because it's more complicated than what we've been presented with system-wise.
That was my original plan, actually, it wasn't exactly what Blue's saying. It was to have each factor had a number associated with it, and you added them all together, and whatever the rightmost number was would tell you which
Oh.
direction to go in. So that,
No
but
wonder
then I
you
thought
automated
that
it.
becomes an absolute nightmare for you to learn. Compared to this,
Yeah.
where there are rules
Oh.
that you can learn, that is just this is worth 5 points. But until you've got all of them, you don't know which way to go. Like you only you only can move through it when you have all
Yeah.
of the information. Whereas this, you can partially move through with some of it.
Yeah.
Oh, quick fun fact about 2024 Nigel. Due to the weird combination of bullshit I have literally every cleric cantrip.
Oh yeah, because you've got the Holy Order. Is it Holy Order? It's called the one that gives you an extra
Yeah, something like that. I've also got light from being an ASMR, so I don't need to pick that from anything. Yeah.
Oh, it's neat. All right, we're gonna end
And
there.
magic initiate cleric from the background.
Yeah.
We are.
Oh,
yeah,
can
we're gonna
I
end there.
say-
Oh, yep.
I have one last thing to say,
Mhm.
and that is I'm terrified we're going to run into a Bulgura in this.
That's one thing you should be terrified about.
Fine.
You
I
should be
think they
have
terrified
gorillas in
about a
the
lot of
nest.
them. Gorillas in the mid. Oh
There's like
god.
3 gates.
Okay, I'm done.
Wait, no, wait. It's dinosaurs, right? And then the military's gonna come in like right before the credits roll.
I've got something interesting planned. It's gonna be neat.
I am hyped.
I'm very excited to
I
learn
am
Hold on.
what's going on here.
I am naturally putting in all of my effort into what will be, for a while, certainly, and probably a long while, my last Nordmark quest. So there'll be some spicy things in there, but there'll also be hopefully quite interesting fights and encounters ahead.
Quite exciting.
All right. So
Can I hold on?
yeah.
Something I just remembered I wanted to do. Can I make some kind of perception check on the moon to see if it looks any different than when it did before it
We
disappeared?
can't see anything.
Can't
We're in the
see it
midst.
anymore.
We're not in.
I know. I wanted to do this
Oh, you're
earlier.
not?
Oh, no,
You're
we're
not
not.
currently.
Yeah, but not right now.
Note it down and write it down in your notes. We'll do it next time. That gives me time to prepare.
Okay.
I will instead forget and be blindsided nonetheless. But it gives me time just in case I remember. All right, we're gonna
Does
end
the
there.
moon look like a giant fucking eyeball and it's just
We're gonna
Ashmedai
end
staring
there.
at us?
We are
and we're, like, in a
ending now
fishbowl?
before I have to answer any of these questions about the moon. Okay?
So
Because I
They
don't
look
know
like
the
a
answer.
bitch.
Does the moon look like a bitch?
Nobody can
What?
see the moon because all you can see is Cheeky Dave's ass.
Yeah, that's the moon.
That is the moon.
Only
That's the
moon.
moon everyone's been looking at. It's just just light
Yeah.
shining off of his
At the end of this quest-
unnaturally pale backside.
At the end of this quest, Cheeky Dave ascends to the heavens and his ass becomes the new moon.
Yeah. He's a celestial that none of you just no, okay, we're done. I'm hitting the end screen. We're gonna stop.
Nick,
Good
Happy
night.
birthday.
night night.